Pirates of the Mesozoic, starring Craig Smith, Donald Von Griffin, Karen Torres, Leslie Denneberger, Ed Montgomery, and me, the GM, Brandon Blackmore. Other Brandon Blackmore could not join us because he was me. Alright. Last week on Pirates of the Mesozoic, what were we doing? Oh, I had a whole thing I was doing. The Smith Gang arranges a truce between the cyber orcs and the futuristic settlers with the support of the respected settler, Olaf McGregor, who looks like this. Let's see if we can share that screen and you can see it. He's a very Albert Finney looking fellow.
Yep.
You see him?
Yes.
Outstanding. So nice when things work. I love it when a plan comes together. Alright, so then you headed into the haunted forest. You encountered some strange apparitions, including some friendly but immobile mushrooms. And here are those mushrooms. At least some of them. There's a girl mushroom. There's kind of a James Cagney mushroom with a cigar. A variety of friendly, immobile mushrooms. They mainly just wanted you to stop and talk and sit on them, or touch their caps, or that sort of thing.
Or get
like
off the path.
The James Cagney mushroom wanted you to light a cigar. So
I was thinking about cutting them up and eating them. Could be yummy.
oh my goodness.
Oh, no, not with the red caps.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good point.
you did not, as I recall, you did not stay to chat, and you did not stop to rest by sitting on one of them, no matter how comfortable and soft they said they were. Is that how you remember that?
Just lit a cigar is all.
But
Yeah,
you did like,
Yeah.
but you did like that one cigar with your fire powers, right?
Yep.
But without actually touching him.
Right. Yeah.
He said something like, "Yeah, you're a good egg, see? Yeah." Something like that. So
yeah. Basically, I took one look at their teeth and went, no, thank you.
you encountered some other mysterious and haunted hayride sort of things, including a crucified teddy bear, which Captain Harrows, not being one to waste anything useful, took down and decided to stick an armature in it and make it into a minion called Teddy.
No, I think it was somebody took it down.
Roy did.
And laid it out.
Yeah, they did.
You took it down.
Yeah.
He took it down and laid it out. I decided anyone who would do that to a teddy bear deserves what they get when that teddy bear comes back at them. And so I decided I would commune with the teddy bear until the person who crucified it shows up, and then it'll know what to do. Mainly be horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
horrifying.
my plan.
Yeah.
My plan is to have the teddy bear be horrifying at the person who crucified it, because if I had crucified a teddy bear and then it came back and growled horrifyingly at me, I'd be a little off my game for a minute.
It's gonna terrify everyone who sees it between now and then. Once you put the armature and everything in it. Oh, blueberry goat cheese.
Makes me want some.
All right.
Sadly, all we have is egg custard.
That sounds good too. But you managed to avoid any real danger until you encountered Gut Wrench, a 4-meter-tall abomination made out of corpses and toxic alchemy. Let's see a picture of Gut Wrench, because that's all kinds of fun.
Yeah. That was kind of gross.
Oh yeah. That's better than one we had last week. That's good.
I found a better picture.
Oh yeah.
Gut Wrench. Well, Sadly for Gut Wrench was no match for you guys.
Oh,
You-
he inflicted hurt.
You broke him, basically.
Yeah, but he still inflicted hurt.
All right, and you got to the edge of the haunted forest, and ahead of you stretched a winding stone causeway, and far beyond that causeway rose the specter of Crag Keep. Dun dun dun.
Something that looks like that needs a much more dramatic name than Crag Keep.
Oh, come on, man.
And it's
I like Craig.
cloudy. It's all
It
like
sounds-
cloudy and misty and creepy like that.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Awesome.
There's a perennial fog and mist, and it kind of like sticks to you.
I tell my bots to get the ion generator warmed up.
And what will that do?
Make lightning.
Yeah, environmental control.
Well, all right then. But as you stand there looking out ahead of you at the winding causeway, it kind of goes up and down and winds left and right. And on either side, it drops away sharply, and there's like stones and rocks and water and swamps, and way past that, you see land like mountains past Crag Keep, but the causeway has water on either side of it, and rocks, lots of rocks, and this fairly steep sides of it. So that's kind of what you're looking at. But before you get much further, something happens. Where he's in Frizza. Oh, here he goes. You hear psst, psst, behind you, or at least somebody does. Everybody make perception.
Oh, that's right, I gotta get dice out.
Perception reason rolls,
Since I know I don't have
and
perception.
tell me who rolls highest.
Not me.
Now, if you don't have a skill, you're only rolling one dice, right?
That is correct.
Probably not me either.
6 total.
10.
8.
8. 10.
Oh, wow. All right. Captain Harrows and Isco, you're all looking at, out. You're in darkness in the woods, at the edge of the woods, and you're looking out at the less dark, but still very gloomy, in front of you toward Crag Keep. Isco and Captain Harrows here, psst, psst, behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Turn and look.
You see this guy in the shadows underneath the trees. He's easy to see because the inside of his head is lit up. So you can actually see light coming out of his eyes and nose and mouth.
Is that Seymour?
Anyway, he extends like a long clawed finger like this.
No,
Like
no,
he's
that's
beckoning
my
you.
in-character reaction.
Yeah.
That is my in-character reaction.
What?
Wait, is that you, Seymour? That is my in-character reaction.
It shakes its head no. And it beckons you.
So,
Oh.
why?
Hey, guys,
It puts a long, pointy finger on its jack-o'-lantern mouth like this, and it goes like this.
Nope. All right, show of hands. Who here wants to follow the jack-o'-lantern-headed thing with the sickle? Anybody?
Well,
Not me.
Do you say that? Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh,
I think the fact
it
that
holds
went
up
like
the
this-
sickle. Wait. When John Erlang says that, the jack-o'-lantern-headed thing holds up the sickle and looks at it with its head tilted and looks over at you, and it makes a big show of opening its shirt, which has straw poking out of it, and putting the sickle inside, and then buttoning its shirt like this.
Offhand, I think because it went like this. I go with it because I have that feeling as a friend.
Okay, now it's the creepy jack-o'-lantern headed guy with a concealed weapon.
What?
My friends, you might want to remember that you can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes.
Indeed.
Okay, Michael gets to take lead on this one.
So Michael gets
I'm ready to-
Michael
I'm
gets
about ready
abducted by the jack-o'-lantern. That's cool. Um, no, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Michael goes up, or at least approaches the jack-o'-lantern. As you get about 2 meters away, like outside of arm's reach, right? It takes a step back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you continue to approach, it'll take another step back. It'll keep about 2 meters between you and it. Too far for it to like reach out and touch you.
As long as it stays on the path.
Oh, it's not in the path. It's under the trees.
Mm-hmm.
It is not on the path.
Not, if it's not on the path, no, I'll stop the moment it goes off the path. I won't go off the path.
No, it's never on the path.
Okay.
It's under the trees.
But if I stay on the path, it'll move.
If you come toward it, when you get about 6 feet away, it steps back.
Okay. Into the trees or steps?
Into the trees. It is never on the path.
Okay, but is it staying along the path? On the side?
Actually, from where you are, it's like a 45-degree angle away, sort of.
Mm-hmm. So if I step close to it, does it go deeper into the forest, or does
Yes.
it go just further?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to stop because I'm not going into the forest.
So you stop at the edge of the path.
Yeah.
All right. And at which point, it's clear you're not going to follow it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, it takes a couple of steps forward. It holds up its hands. And it like puts them behind it, makes a big show, like a mime, of putting them behind its back. And it steps forward. And it steps forward. Until, if you let it, until it's about this far from you.
And as long as I still see its hands, I will.
No, its hands are behind its back.
Yeah, as long as its hands stay behind its back, I'll stay where I'm at.
In a whisper,
those hands move, I'm stepping back.
in a whisper, it says to you, "Don't go to the castle. It's scary."
I think you know that.
That thing's telling us the castle's scary. Okay.
Don't say.
Anything that thinks that castle is scary has not yet met us.
Bad things happen there.
We've kind of guessed that too.
And it takes a step back and it puts a finger over its mouth and it takes its sickle back out and then it trots away back into the forest and you lose track of it.
All right. You told us something we didn't we already knew. Okay.
Michael, you attract the most amazing individuals. You really do.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just one of the other warnings. If you get this far, it figures we're desperate and we better.
Leslie. Okay, so Michael's talking to the other people.
Yeah.
Make a reason perception. Oh, well, actually, this would be presence. Make a reason presence roll.
That I'm a little better at.
Well, let's see if you roll better than something else does.
Okay, reason
Waiting for my
and
thing to load.
presence, total of 5.
2d6.
12.
Ooh. Okay. Wow. Well, Michael does not see this. But, okay, so it trots away into the trees. And you guys are like, oh, well, it told us something and blah, blah, blah. And then Michael turns around and says, well, and starts talking. And then right behind Michael, right here, is a jack-o'-lantern head. Which whispers to Michael, who did not realize it was standing like an inch and a half away from his ear, and says, I like what you did with Gut Wrench. And then it runs away again.
Okay. Which will startle me, but I'll just look back and startle and go, I think he's happy we killed Gut Wrench.
I think you've made a new friend, Michael. Oh, it's an incidental aside. I don't know if you noticed me eating these. They're chorizo sticks. I just got them at the Lidl store down the road. They're really good. But the problem is I just spent 3 weeks at my mother's house where her dog's favorite treat is something called a pepperoni. And it looks exactly like this.
Oh, wow.
Just cut into pieces about yay long.
No, the ones that she had are full length and they are exactly the same length, shape, diameter, everything. They even smell alike. I'm sitting there going, What are the odds that these come from the same factory?
Yeah,
It's
probably.
really different container.
You ever see
Well,
the
if
episode?
they taste as good for the dog as they do for you, then that dog's getting a treat.
Yeah, the dog wanted
The Simpsons episode where he tours the Duff Brewery, and if you follow, they have the bath of a beer down here, and you follow the pipes up. It's all the same thing, so that's probably what's going on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the edge of the haunted forest. This causeway is in front of you. The weather is kind of like misty, but not actually raining, and it's kind of foggy, but you can see. And it's
All right,
kind of overcast, but it's not nighttime.
I just wish there was a better way for
From
us.
here on out, I'll take on the
to do
aspect
the
of
direct way.
Running Shen and
What?
just start walking up the pathway. I've had enough of this tomfoolery.
You don't
Yeah.
get very far before you
Now-
encounter.
The causeway with things that drop away on
I
either
wish
side.
there was,
Right?
I wish there was
Yes.
a better way than the direct way. I really
How
do.
wide? How is the causeway?
That's an excellent question. It's pretty wide. It's like 10, 15 meters. It's a wide causeway. You could drive cars past each other and still have room for pedestrians. It's wide.
Okay.
So wait,
So
12,
10
24.
meters.
Yeah, it's about, to give you a concept, it's about as wide as a 2-lane in each way road. That's about how wide it is.
Okay.
Except rather than having concrete barriers at the sides, it has a steep drop-off that goes down around 20 meters to rocks.
Okay.
So falling is not a great idea if you can't fly.
Gotcha.
You get a little way forward where ahead, through the fog, through the mist kind of like swirl and part, and you see a dozen of these guys.
Oh, them.
You lot again.
The Dread Guard.
Oh, those guys.
You can't hear them yet because the fog kind of masks noise.
Have they seen us?
They
How
have not.
far away are
50 meters,
they?
50 meters, give or take.
Okay.
And there are 6 abreast and 2 deep,
I'm
and they are
assuming
marching
they're
in time, like soldiers or guards, as the case may be. Clunk, 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 clunk. You can hear like a clang, 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 clang as they start to get closer.
Okay, I'm gonna blow them up.
Yeah, nothing like
I'll stand
that.
aside. This one does not look like a job for me yet.
So reluctant. Reluctant violence.
You're gonna blow them up, you say? What the
Yeah,
heck
I'm
you
gonna
say?
do explosive blast.
All right, you roll your dice, and I roll their dice, and I'll tell you what we get.
Rolling for dread guards.
I'm going to split it up into, because it was just too easy for you to get them all in one hit. So this time,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each time I'm rolling is for 2 of them. That way, maybe some of them will survive the first hit. So let's go. I got them. I'm done. I've done my rolls. The benefit of an online dice roller.
Yeah, I know. Okay. 18.
Holy fuck. My highest roll was 17. So, what does
I got
your
it.
explosion look like? What are you actually throwing at them?
It's okay.
He's
Like-
frozen.
Blast gun, Megatron.
He's
No,
frozen.
Is he frozen for everybody else? Because
Lines up.
Yes.
Space crew, like
He's frozen.
Monto style.
Yeah, he's
blast.
frozen. Donald.
Am I back? You all were frozen for me.
you were
Yes.
frozen for that whole thing.
Yeah.
All I heard was, you would do it like this? You're like this?
Okay.
And then you said Megatron.
Megatron blast, but it comes out looking a little bit more like the wave motion cannon from Space Cruiser Yamato.
Which I've
And
seen.
it gets into the midst of them. And just forms little miniature neutron star before it just and sends energy through all of the everything in its radius.
Okay. So there's a slow buildup of boom, and a beam of light hits to the middle of them, which then causes a glowing ball, and then went, and they all kind of like look X-ray, and you see in the X-ray you see the outline of the armor, and then underneath that you see the outline of a skull, and then they just kind of all fade away, and then the light goes down, and then there's like 12 smoky places that go from the ground.
Dude, you're gonna
Was
get
it
us
just the
cancer
skulls
with
or was
that.
there bodies?
I'm sorry, what?
Was there only skulls or was there a whole
Well, no,
skeleton?
just skulls and bones and everything. The X-ray, you see
Okay.
like the skeleton inside the armor from the light.
Oh, fine. Don't leave any for us.
You'd think she'd learn.
Yeah, take all the fun out of it.
Wow.
I call dibs on the next set.
Golly moly. Yeah, I really thought like a dozen of them would be. I mean, granted, they're not as tough as you are, but a dozen of them ought to be. But no. They'd have to roll 2 6s to get 18. 2 6s. Two 6s.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Wasn't even that the best to roll. Well, yeah, wasn't bad.
All right.
I can
The
do
causeway itself is a few miles long, so it would, at a walking pace, it'll take you. What do people normally walk around? 5 miles per hour at a walking pace? So it'll take you the better part of an hour to get to the castle at a walking pace.
Okay.
Just so you know. I mean, you're not there yet, but that's about what you expect as you're looking at your path ahead. Along the way...
Not including the time that it takes us to vaporize her guards.
We'll give somebody else a turn to vaporize the guards.
Okay, who wants to attack the next dozen? Because a few minutes later, there's another dozen.
Isco already called dibs.
Yeah, hopefully ISCO's stuff doesn't put us at risk of developing cancer from watching it.
So you walk along another 5 minutes or so. About another 5 minutes or so, again, ahead through the mist, you see a dozen Dreadguard marching in step toward you.
Your
Right.
turn, Disco.
I go invisible and I run up into the middle, as close to the middle as possible, and I do the what was it? I'm upgrading LibreOffice right now. Could you bring up my character sheet right quick, Brandon, please? Sorry.
What do you need to, hang on, I'll find it.
I think I have Power 4. Actually, I don't know that I need it.
You've got Power 4,
have
you've got Agility 3 and Brawn 3.
Yes. and
You've
then I
got
have-
Expertise with Close Combat.
Yep, that. An explosive. What's it called? I forget what it's called.
Damaging.
You've got Damaging Aura, but
Damaging
I thought you had
I have explosive in
I thought
from the multi-power, whatever we're calling it.
I thought you had Ultra Power, but I don't see it on your sheet.
There you go, Ultra. It's on there.
I
Yeah, it's on
don't see it on your sheet.
I do. Yeah, it is. The one I sent you was the one I used last week. It was there.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hang on.
Ah, okay.
What did I thought I
Yeah,
saved it.
damaging aura and then ultra power.
Explosive, yeah, ultra power.
Wait, there's Isco. I thought
That's
I...
got 10-meter blast, 10-meter diameter.
Francisco. Isco Lander. ODS. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the Acrobat file that I exported from the OpenOffice thing. So let me do that real quick.
Okay. I may have installed by that time.
Where are you? Okay. Let me go ahead and export the PDF because it's just faster for me to look at it as a PDF. File. Export. PDF. No. Gaming. Fantasy. Pirates of the Mesozoic. Francisco Isco Lander. Save. Replace. Yes. Yes. Here we go. Is that the alarm telling me to stop? Okay, yeah, ultra power. Totally ultra power. So you've got damaging aura outside the ultra power, so you can do an explosive damaging aura. Yes, you can.
Yep.
And is that what you're doing?
Yep, exactly.
All right, that's close combat.
Approach invisibly and roughly center myself, and then let it go.
That is brawn plus power, so it's 7 plus 2d6, and you have expertise in that, so reroll your 1s and 2s.
It's a +7, right? So 16.
I don't have the correct fonts installed.
That wasn't very good.
Don't bitch. It's fine.
Do anything extra for going in invisibly?
Yeah,
actually, you do. Hang on. Actually, you do.
Oh.
If the defender cannot see the attacker, I think it's
Didn't they lose a dice or something?
either you gain a die or they. I think they. Hang on. Bonuses and penalties. A defender can't perceive attacker. Penalty die. So they lose 1 die.
Oh
So.
dear. Brandon, is it possible?
Is what possible?
13 on 1 die.
No.
Okay.
Thank you so much for pointing that out and saving me the trouble of rolling all those dice, because there's nothing I hate worse than rolling dice during a game. So, yes, it is effectively impossible for them. So, Isco turns invisible. There's like a slight whoosh as he flies away. Clunk, clunk, clink, clank, clank as the half-dozen Dreadguard march toward you. Then there is an earth-shattering kaboom. And there's a bright, fiery light. It's not the clean, almost clinical light of Captain Harrow's wave motion Mega Blaster. It's a fiery explosion, and the ones right next to him are just disintegrated. But the ones further out are both burst into flame, which is hard because they're skeletons wearing metal armor, but also are like blown off the causeway and just kind of like. And several seconds later, you hear plush, 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 as pieces land and crunch on the occasional rocks as they land so far below. So.
Captain Harris comments, it does have a bottom. What do you know?
Oh, that was fun. Thanks.
All right.
Who's next?
So I just had a thought. I don't know if Isco would think this or not. Isco thinks this or not, but is it possible that she's sending these, the Hag is sending these to us to see what we are capable of, so she can counter us? I'm a little worried about that. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't done anything we haven't already shown her. If we just one trick pony for her entire army,
Well,
she
but
learns nothing.
right, but we're also now inside her domain, so
Here's a weird question: have any of your characters ever played D&D?
Isco, absolutely not, never, no way. Those guys are nerds and geeks. No way, man.
Yes, probably.
There's a possibility.
Michael spent all his time reenacting.
Is that a yes or a no?
No.
A lot of reenactors play. Definitely not Captain Harris.
It's a good possibility for Anna, because boring times at school sometime.
All right. Well, thinking back to high school and gaming club, Anna's having like kind of a deja vu. the thing that really triggered it was Isco exploding, and you think like, fireball. If this were a D&D game and you guys could cast fireball, there would be a limited number of times you could do that. And once you use those up, you'd be out of them. You'd have to stop and rest and study your spellbook or something.
Yeah.
So if, and I'm not saying it is, but if this were some kind of ploy to send these waves of dread guard at you, maybe she'd be trying to exhaust your resources. If.
That makes way more sense. Heck, that's something that would be brought up in history. You know.
And because because like every area has its own laws of nature. Wow. Okay. Damn.
Yeah. But
it was still fun.
About 5 minutes later, yes, about 50 meters in front of you, through the parting mists comes another dozen Dreadguard, marching in time. Clink, clink,
Ryan,
clink.
do you want to take this one?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, do you want to take this one? I think he's frozen.
Who's
Who?
that, me?
She's asking if Erlang wants to take this next dozen.
Oh, I don't have anything explosive, so it's going to take me a little while.
I was contemplating using my most recent point on something explosive.
Well, I can see if any of them got a mind and take over one of them and have him fight the group.
That's
Ooh,
actually worth knowing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what'd you say,
Lloyd?
Lloyd?
Have a mind.
I said, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I vote for trying that one first. You know, we could all just like pick one and wipe them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, roll your
But
Viking Jedi mind trick power and see what happens.
Okay, stop rolling that. Because I now have it. Please. Okay, this dice is a reject.
Thank goodness we have more than one dice.
Yeah, well, I can re-roll my ones and twos now, so. All right, my total is. Now it's power and presence, right?
Yes.
Plus my dice.
And if you
So
have
our total
expertise,
is, at this point, 18.
lovely. If you have expertise with mental combat, you re-roll your ones and twos.
Yep, I do now. 18 total.
All right. There's not anything in there with a mind.
Ah, okay. So I can't control them.
That is correct.
But I can pick them up and throw them someplace.
You absolutely can do that, yes.
I'm thinking off the causeway might be the way to go.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. But I've done my turn, so somebody else has to try while I get ready to do my next turn.
Okay. Nobody chuck anything explosive. Brennan, I'll fly out there, grab a couple of them, and push them off the causeway.
Let's see. To attack more than one at a time. There's like a sweep attack thing. Let me take a look at this.
Yes.
yeah, it costs what, a die?
Extended consequences. So 4 sweep attack. Oh yeah, penalty die. To attack everyone within arm's reach of you at once is a penalty die. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's give it a try.
What did I just do?
Mom and Dad would not approve, but they never fought 12 people at the same time.
How do I... Where's, like...
I just had an interesting idea.
I did too. Okay. What do you roll? What you got?
I haven't rolled yet.
Let's say you can get 3, maybe 4.
Okay. I rolled 11.
Wow! 2 of them, the 2 furthest away from you, I guess, you missed those, but the 2 nearest you grab, and you're intention is to just fling them off of the causeway?
Correct.
All right. Well, 2 of them you miss. The other 2 fly off into the off of the causeway. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That was good.
It was a Wilhelm.
Is a Wilhelm scream. Yeah, they don't actually scream. They're
I couldn't remember
skeletons.
the name of it, but yeah, one from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually Shep Woolley is the man who did the scream, Wilhelm scream. Yeah, the Flying Purple People Eater guy.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the voice actor. He did a whole bunch of stuff, and that included, I think it was like 7 different screams that were, one of which was used for Private Wilhelm. in
Sheb Woolley.
Jungle Drums.
Private Wilhelm, a character in The Charge at Feather River, a 1953 Western. Although
Yeah.
it was the first use from the Warner Brothers stock sound library, but it's believed to be the 3rd film to use the effect. Well, that's fun. All right, then. A little bit of history. They actually, you don't... What the hell am I looking at here? No, that's not what I want. Oh, jeez. Oh, there's that Cyberwork picture I was trying to find. It was open. It was in a tab in my browser the whole time.
Oh, man, yeah.
I literally spent like 2 hours trying to re-find this, and it was open in a tab the entire time. So, that's fine. I like the other picture better anyway. So, yeah, they don't actually scream because they're skeletons, and they just kind of go crunch, splash, 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 splash. I'm not going to make you roll dice for it all. Between the 6 of you, you incinerate or knock them off of the causeway. All right, then. So, guess what happens another 5 minutes or so later?
More of them.
No, that is not what happens. The causeway is a trick question. The causeway starts to widen, like seriously widen, like far enough so that the edges start getting lost in the mist, and you come upon a village. A village, kind of like the sort of thing you'd seen in an old Frankenstein or Dracula movie, like that kind of village. 1 and 2 story buildings, narrow roads, a lot of
Thatched huts or thatched
Lots
roofs.
of little windows, garlic.
thatched roofs. Yeah,
Yeah.
no garlic. It's not that. But
Livestock out, open beam construction.
There you go.
Lots of convenient pitchforks and torches laying around.
Yeah. Selling pitchforks and torches.
okay,
And rope.
as you get closer, you see people, but they're not moving. I guess what's a good thing to have you do? Oh, make a perception reason roll, everybody. And I'll roll against you. It's not hard. It's difficulty 3, so I'll roll 2d6 plus 3, and chances are you'll make it.
No, not me, because I can only roll 1 dice.
I got a 7.
9.
10.
10.
Alright.
Oh, you all got it. All right. Well, as you get closer, the first figure you see is someone kind of hunched over, facing away from you. And as you get closer to them, you see it's a statue of a person holding a staff or a pole, and the other end of the pole is just about this far away from another person who's facing toward you, and like they were frozen in mid run, like
Now,
Like
the
that.
statue, are they made of stone?
you're a little too far away to tell that for
Okay.
sure, but they look like it from here.
Let's close the distance and find out.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What else we got to do? Turn back.
They may have been
Are we
people.
going to turn around and go home? What?
Go around. What if whatever is here, still here, going to turn out to stone? A lot of people.
They may have been people at one point.
Were any of them true lords and mortal sages in general of the celestial armies? I don't think so.
Well, that might help you.
I didn't think you guys had to go forward, but I just.
Oh, is there any way to tell how long they've been stone? Like
No.
weathering, bird droppings, moss.
Okay, it has not been thousands of years because their features still have like creases and edges and things. They
Okay,
haven't worn down.
Okay.
So not thousands of years. Probably not even hundreds of years. But other than that, no, not really. So I guess, yes. Yes, you can determine it has been less than 200 years.
Okay, so maybe
Well, that narrows it down considerably, don't it?
Well,
yeah,
it's more than you knew a minute ago.
Another question is, were they people once, or were they always been stone?
No, they're made out of paper mache. This entire thing is like some creepy theme park prop.
That's a good idea, but I wish I thought of it. All right, so John Erlang, or Erling Shen in your golden armor, right?
Yes.
And find out the
Does anyone else accompany Erlang Shen as he strides
Yeah.
boldly forward into the village of statues?
yeah.
Sure.
Really?
3 paces behind.
I'm right behind you, buddy.
Yeah.
I got your back from several
As
steps
it
back.
should be.
It's called yeah. You never go in as a cluster. You go in with a vanguard and a foreguard.
Yeah, you'd think she'd learn this after getting so many troops blown up. She would really do better sending them in one at a time, you know?
Oh, here's something funny. I don't know if you'll find this funny, but I'll tell it to you in case you do. Okay, Dr. Anna is exerting an and actually, let me phrase this well because I want to make sure I put this quite right. And if you want to contradict me, Kieran, do. It's your character. I'm just kind of projecting what I think is happening, and if I'm wrong, you can tell me. Okay, so Dr. Anna on the show has been subject to essentially exploitation from the day she showed up for shooting the very first time. She was there to like present like a academic perspective on things, and they put her in like booty shorts and crop tops and things like that.
Yeah.
But so she has been exercising enormous amounts of restraint for years on this kind of topic so that she can actually deliver the scientific perspective on things because the thinking is if you didn't, they would just hire some bimbo who won't, right?
Yeah.
So it's a compromise, and the higher goal is to educate people. So ever since you got here, another like voice in the back of your head keeps popping up whenever your group does something tactically unsound. The voice of Atalante in your head, which is you, wants to berate these people and tell them how to correctly approach this defended position or how to scout. It's like you have this vast repository of tactical knowledge in your head that is like a daily struggle not to just command these people. And
Every once in a while, just have to go, may I make a suggestion?
Sure.
so that's funny.
If she's saying something at this time, then I will speak up with that. It's like,
Yeah,
may
if
I
you
make
have
a
a suggestion,
suggestion to
please
give it
make it.
tactically more
Well,
sound?
well, no, because that's kind of what you were just doing about like, yeah, you never go in as a clump, but you space out so one explosion can't get you all, et cetera, and that's exactly what you were doing, which is what made me think of that. So what everybody else hears is what Kieran actually says, and in the back of her brain, there are like these tactical charts and maps and percentages and angles of where arrows can come from. There's like this whole thing going on inside in Dr. Anna's head. But all that comes out is, yeah, let's not bunch up. If that's okay with you. I mean, that's just kind of...
No, that's perfect. I love that.
So, John Erling,
I think
Immortal
I agree
Sage.
with that one. I think I agree with that one.
You get up to the person who is closest to you, who's kind of hunched over and holding a pole. The person and all of their clothing and the pole are all made of stone. Kind of a... Not as coarse as concrete, like smoother than that, but not polished like, say, a granite marble top. It's somewhere in between. And the person there poking this poking the pole at is posed like they're running away. They seem very precariously balanced, like they're on one foot and the other foot is almost touching the ground in front of them. Like, and they're clearly running terrified away from something. And then past them, as the fog kind of clears, you see other people moving around. Some of them are busy doing something, like pouring a bucket into a trough, that kind of thing. Of course, the bucket is empty, the trough is empty. They're just standing there. Some people are like kneeling down, tying a boot. But other people are like looking back in the direction you're going toward, like looking the same direction you are. And a few people are looking toward you and running. So it's kind of a mixture of things going on.
All right. Continue moving forward at a walking pace and just giving everybody behind me a running commentary on what I'm seeing.
Okay, at which point you need to make a roll. Let me double check to make sure I tell you the correct roll.
What kind of roll?
Hang on. It is a resisting something roll. Oh, here we go. I rolled this. You roll. Do you have modification resistance?
No, I do not.
I don't think any of you guys do. So
No.
this is ranged combat agility is what you roll.
Okay. All right, ranged and agility. 13.
Okay. You feel, it's hard to put into words. You feel like a oh, I know it's like if you go to a concert and they have these enormous speakers and when the bass thumps, you kind of feel it with your whole body. You feel that. Like that. But there's no like effect that you feel. Other than you felt something, but you're not sure what it was.
With my hyper acuity, can I see where that came from?
Farther away, well, you can't see through things. You don't have X-ray vision, right?
No.
Okay, it's past. There are things between you and it. It is a sound, or not really a sound, but it travels like sound. It goes through and around things.
Okay.
It's not actually a sound. It's
tell everybody behind me what just happened and tell them that I'm going to go find out what's causing it.
So who's next behind John Erlang? What's your marching order? Oh, I love this. What's your marching order?
I'll be second. I thought actually normally I'm in front, but that's okay.
You thought what?
I thought normally I'm out scouting, but that's totally fine. We're in town now.
If you had said you were, I'm sorry I missed it.
No, not this time. It would have been last time or the time before. It's no big deal. We're in town now.
You can go first next time.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, Isco. Again, you. Just so we're clear, I'm pretty sure nobody's got it. Nobody's got modification resistance here, right? Okay, so agility plus your range combat agility roll. Isco. No one else is close enough yet.
Did I see anything happening to Lloyd?
He didn't say anything.
Yeah, I told you I felt a sound hit or something that felt like a sound hit me, and I'm going to go check out what caused it.
Sound.
Well, this actually would have happened at this.
People to become stone.
This would have happened like just a split second after it happened to John Erlang, so he would say what he said in the future from this point in time. So, Isco, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to do my standard go invisible, although it's not going to help any. And I'll follow John Erlang.
Make a range combat agility roll. Isco.
No, I don't think I have range combat.
It's a toy ray gun.
No, I don't have range combat.
You don't?
I have this.
Still did pretty well. I got a 9, even though I don't have training in range
Holy
combat.
shit. You rolled exactly what you needed. Because I just rolled kind of average. You see in front of you, and this is before John Erlang says, I just felt something. It's before that happens. You see John Erlang like stop, and then a split second later, you feel the same thing I described to him. It's like being hit by like bass that you can't actually hear. Like your whole body goes like, and but you don't really feel anything. Nobody else feels anything. So then General says, I felt something like sound. I'm going to go check it out. Then what do you do? Isco.
I'm going to turn into a fiery form that's basically like be solid.
Okay.
So like kind of a shape of a person, but it's be solid. So I'd like to add
Sure.
another ability to the I keep my call multi-power, ultra power. Of what is it?
You don't even need to do that. Just do fire form. It's fine.
I'll just do fire form then.
You bought fire form outside of the ultra power, so that can work for this. It's just fine.
True. Okay. I'll follow him.
So you walking or flying, John Erling?
I'm going to fly very quickly.
Okay. If we're flying, we're flying.
Okay, those two fly off. Michael and Dr. Anna and Captain Harrows, what are you guys doing as they fly off into the mist above the town?
Now, we heard them say something about there's some kind of sound wave going on.
That is
And I've been conscious of the fact of what turned all these people into stone. And is it still active? So I'm wondering.
Okay, so John Erling, was he when he hit this when he made the comment, was he beyond the first person that made a stone, or before, or had he not walked?
He was just past the first person you see, the person holding the pole and facing away from you. He was just past them. And Isco was a step or two closer than they are, than the statue is.
I'm thinking that your theory has credibility, considering they get that they got hit by that sound wave just as they're passing the last people turned to stone.
It's a good bet. I just want to find out what's doing it and break it before it gets a chance to do it to me again.
You want us to wait here then until you do find it and break it.
What's your take, Captain Harrows?
I'm feeling like I don't want to cross that line until we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds prudent. All right. So
Okay.
Captain Harrows and Isco are both really quite fast. So
I'm going to do a whole speak with objects thing on the statue.
that's wait. Can you do that with just a statue? I thought it had to be like a machine of some kind.
Objects.
Well, I know that's how you bought it because you wanted to make sure you could do every kind of mechanical thing. But it really is machinery, though, isn't it?
No.
I'm not talking about how it's written down. I'm talking the power he's got. You did this. You did it.
Yeah.
So you could talk to machinery.
Robots. It's through the robots. So he's having the robots scan and feed him the data of.
I'll be right back.
I mean, like a park bench. You couldn't talk to a park bench, could you? It's not a thing that does things. It has to be something animate or mechanical or something that moves and has a purpose.
Like he's telling his own mechanical little robots to scan the statue.
Yeah, doing a reading on the statue.
All right, and you got ultra power, so we'll call that the same thing Generaling's got, the hyper acuity. So a couple of the automata walk up to the statue and look at it and scan it, and the one that has a mouth gnaws on it a little bit, and they come back and they tell you calcium. It's calcium. 99.2%. With trace elements of, and it lists off 18 other trace elements.
Fully calcified.
Like the petrified forest. Because that's what a petrified forest is, calcinated trees.
That's all right. All right, John Erling and Isco. Oh, wait. Lloyd went to go do something. All right, we'll talk to Captain Harrows and you guys for a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, Isco's power level is 4.
Could I figure out how long they've been like that?
I doubt it.
You need the carbon date.
Yeah, you don't have like sciences or anything like that, do you? Appropriate sciences, like mineralogy or
No.
geology or something like that.
Maybe an archaeologist might be able to. Don't we have an archaeologist? Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm an archaeologist, so probably have some understanding of mineralogy, just so that I know how easy, how safe
Oh.
it is to dig somewhere.
Okay. Well,
Well,
while
familiarity of calcium, you could probably now get a more accurate view of the weathering.
maybe, while Captain Harrows and Dr. Anna and Michael are having an academic discussion about telling how long someone has been turned to stone based on their calcium composition, John Erlang and Isco are flying over the village, and it's a sizable village. All the buildings like really close together, and a lot of them kind of lean over the streets. But as you pass over it, you see people, tons of people, scattered around. As you get close to the other side of the village, the people seem to be clumped much more closely. And the ones... How to describe this? As you go forward and you're getting closer to Crag Keep, you start seeing like an actual clump of statues. The ones closest to you as you approach Crag Keep are facing Crag Keep. The ones on the side closest to Crag Keep are turned away from Crag Keep and clearly trying to get away. And they're kind of like in a semicircle.
It looks like
And
one set of people is trying to stop the other from fleeing.
culture. I think it's culture. Culture. Make a culture roll. People who got it.
On stage, and the people in front of the stage are trying to get away from the bomb, and the ones in back are trying to figure out what just went boom.
There you go. That makes sense. And right there in front of them is an object. Captain Harrows could probably tell you exactly how it works. It's a complicated, mechanical, buzzy, lavender lightning thing with like a big circle in the middle and like things coming off of it, and then lavender lightning on a cylinder, kind of like a Van de Graaff generator.
Yep.
And then a base that is
Ashwand.
what?
Hit it with Lady Ashwand.
Wait a minute, I'm not done describing.
Oh, okay.
Give me a minute.
Okay, fine. Get the details, then I'll break.
And the base is, rivets and feet, and it's just standing there going. All right. And as you get close to it, wiseacre, make a range combat agility roll.
Apparently, it radiates all around.
Both of us.
Yes, both of you.
Best
Yes.
roll I could make, 16.
Ah. 8.
Holy cow. All right. It is easy to do, no roll necessary. John Erlang just swipes out with Lady Ashwand, shatters the thing. There's a lot of pops and arcs and bits of glowing, crackling pieces of crystal just go flying. It's almost like a small firework going off in front of you. And behind you, you hear crunch.
Row. Look around. What is it?
Oh, you can't look around. You're going crunch. So,
Look around.
behind you, you see
Oh.
Isco in flight, made of stone, on the ground.
I thought he was too solid.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh shit! Hang on, let me double check something.
Oh, okay.
I'd forgotten about that. Give me a minute.
I was afraid of that.
Insubstantial. I'm pretty sure that I just screwed up. Intangibility.
Well, so I didn't know if Fireform would grant that, but I was going for that with additional ultra power ability.
All right, yeah. Power suppression would affect you, but this does not. All right, fine. Isco, In your fire form, you feel like that that pulse, and every oh, how about this? This is better. All right, forget the crunch. I thought that was a pretty cool mental image, but that's fine. We can just let that go.
Around you, quick crunch.
Every particle that is in your fire form that is actually physical, and there's some, pieces of ash and whatever. Those are all turn to calcium instantaneously and like rain out of you, which is startling but does not actually hurt you. So there's no crunch. You might, John Erling might hear a or something like that because it is startling.
Whoa, whoa.
Gravel.
Yeah. Huh. Well, okay.
Bastard. All right, that's fine. Ruin my fun. Want to have one of you guys turn to stone, make up a new character, but no.
So does the big scary machine break?
Yes, you broke it. You busted it into a zillion shining, arcing, crackling, chinkling as they fall to the ground pieces.
I'm afraid, unfortunately, I guess that doesn't really release the villagers, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
I wonder
No,
what
there's still
could.
statues.
I wonder if there's anything that can.
No, nothing I can think of. I mean, they're calcium.
Well, something
Anybody
that
here?
can calcium can probably turn calcium back to flesh.
Well, anybody here in, or you group up, I assume. Okay.
Yeah.
And as you go through the village, you basically all see the same stuff I described to Isco and John Erlang. That most of the town was going about their business when whatever happened to them happened. A few of them realized something was going on and tried running away from it. And then as you get closer to the Crag Keep side of the town, there's apparently some kind of large group of people looking at something. And the people furthest away from it wanted to see it, and the people closest to it, some of them are just looking at it when they were turned to stone, and a few of them were trying to run away from it when they were turned to stone. So, and whatever it was, you can't examine anymore because it's in a bazillion pieces.
However, I will show the camera footage to Captain Harris and say, well, before I broke it, it looked like this.
Oh, if only you could talk to it. Maybe you could have reversed it.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of good. But
Of course,
okay.
you'd have to figure that out before you turn to stone, so
Yeah.
That would be the tricky part.
that would be a tricky part. Who here, if anybody, do any of your characters in any of your incarnations have experience with curses, which is different from healing?
No.
I was going to say, I'm a sailor. Nobody curses like us.
Not that kind of curse.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I've got probably some experience with Chinese mythology kind of curses.
I don't think any of us took magic per se.
Greek mythology curses.
In Greek mythology, the curses are always curses. Okay, what, Lloyd?
I said the kind that come down from Hera when she finds out you're sleeping with Zeus.
Yeah, those kind of curses you don't undo.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as far as Chinese curses, though, that would actually flow. Does John Erlang have culture?
Nope.
All right.
You uncultured swine, you.
I am basically uncultured.
So John Erlang's well, he's an immortal sage, but you can only be a sage about so many things. So,
So here's the thing, Isco spent a lot of time in China and Hong Kong in that area, so he may have come across me like that, and I do have culture. But I spent a lot of time around art and such.
all right, sure, why not? Isco,
Dark.
reason, culture, and John Erlang, reason, culture, and John Erlang doesn't have the skill, so it's 1d6.
Okay.
8.
I'm
Oh, wait.
maxed out.
Oh, no, that's right. I don't have expertise. Just 8. Yep.
I'm maxed out. 9.
Okay, Isco gets nothing. John Erlang gets nothing. All right, yeah, You're like, yeah, you have no idea what to do about this.
Oh, about how to reverse a curse?
Mm-hmm. Or at least this curse. You pretty sure it's a curse of some kind?
Yeah, none of us do magic of any kind this time around.
But you don't know how to undo it.
I assume that it was some kind of technology rather than magic.
Well, that's what your modern self would think. But as far as John Erlang, the immortal sage, Erlang Shen, the immortal sage, to him,
Right.
no, this is clearly a curse.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is
So
something
you can be ambivalent or have mixed feelings about it.
Taoist magicians do this all the time. Yeah.
Whereas the thing you smashed definitely looked technological to you. So
Yeah, it was metal. It had put off lightning. Conformed to all of the standard criterion for big scary machine. Is there anybody around the machine? Like, looked like they were controlling it?
It looked like it was automated.
This looks like an automated machine that turns people into statues.
Somebody who does not want to be turned into a statue.
what? Well, I think technically you're correct.
I
But-
personally don't want to be turned into a statue myself. I don't know very many people who do.
I'm just wondering what the purpose of it is. It's so odd.
Turning people into statue machines.
Punishment.
Why?
Punishment. Same reason.
Machine
That's usually how curses work. They're to punish.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if maybe it killed its creator. That's why it's still running.
Maybe they were just curious to see how well it would work and got carried away.
And decided not to turn it off.
Well, it's kind of hard to turn it
Well,
off
they'll
if you can't get
understand
close to your own creation.
Possibly the person who created it and turned it on is one of the statues.
Right,
Right.
past it.
I'm thinking.
All right. Past it, the causeway begins to narrow again until it's again about as wide as a 4-lane road. And it, veers back and forth and goes up and down and like that.
I strongly suspect that whoever is currently inhabiting Crag Keep stuck this thing here as a guard dog.
Yeah.
They just didn't care that there was a village full of people in front of them.
And if you could fly over it, well over, it's not an issue for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the village full of people was on purpose.
Or they appeared from the one of the storms and just got caught in it.
Yeah, or like it landed in front of her.
Could
Put some
be.
whoever did this put some kind of high in the asshole column too. All right, well, let's go find him and beat their ass.
Yeah, that's what we're on our way to go talk to her about. Not being an asshole to Georgie.
Oh,
Yep. More charge.
everyone roll. Because I'm tight. Perception, reason.
Again, I can only
And
roll
tell me if you
one.
get higher than 16. It's slim, but you never know.
16.
I got half of 16.
11.
I didn't
I
even get
rolled
into
a 5 and a
the
6 and got 14.
I
Unless
didn't
I
even get
can
into
use
double
ultra power for super reason or something. I'm not
Super
sure. It's
reason. Actually, isn't there a actually that might be a good idea for your character? Super reason. You put the little thinking cap on. Oh, that's the answer.
Yeah, can I use
So nobody got 16 is what you're saying. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you go along the causeway, and like another what?
If one of my robots can remind me, thus using my ultra power for super reason, then I would have beaten the 16.
I'll tell you right now, 9 is the highest I can get, which means I'll never get anything higher than 10.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
If there's anything hard for you to notice, you're simply not going to notice it. So I'll keep that in mind. That's fine. So like 5 to 10 minutes later, you're going along, and then the mist clears in front of you, and you see another dozen Dreadguard. At this point, it's getting kind of familiar how this is going to go.
Yeah,
So who's going to take out these?
really, guys? Do this again? Can we just string a tripwire across the thing? And be done with it.
Should we watch
Who-
You know?
who-
boxes for it?
Tell me who's gonna do it because it's important.
Okay, I'll go. We're gonna put this little theory to test and see if I can do it again, like last time.
All right.
I'll take out. I'll start shooting anything that makes it past.
What do you got?
Oh, okay. 15.
15. Okay. I need to count. 6, 14. Okay, 14. That one's gone. That one's not. That one's gone. That one's gone. That plus 8, 9, 10, 13. That one's gone. All right. Out of the dozen, you explode again. All but 4 of them are blown apart, blown off the causeway, whatever. However, 4 of them are left, and they look like these. They look a little bit different. They look like this. They look like this
They're
guy.
tougher.
Oh no! Oh no! No more guy can shoot. I guess I just grin and kind of back away. Help!
Yep, great.
Now, can we push them off?
Back up!
Can they be pushed off? I can try and push one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hang on, because they get to go now. So,
No!
and they're holding like long, stout spears with big, kind of crazy, wavy blades at the top that have like a long French name, I'm sure. And they close in on Isco. We'll say 2 of them are close to you, and the other 2 are further away. So only 2 can attack you.
Hold up my scimitar, trying to defend as much as I can.
This is close combat.
Yep.
And if you got strike as a power, right? No wait, damage resistance as a power.
I
So
do.
it's-
I also, well, yes, I do. I have strike though as part of fire form, which is not necessary.
All right. So I rolled well. I rolled really well.
Do
All
I
right.
roll
So
defend
you're
against-
rolling brawn plus power twice.
twice. So 12 on the first one. Wait, no, brawn plus power. Not 7. No, sorry. Wait. 16. Oh, there we go. Love expertise. And 14. So 16 and 14.
Wow. Okay. I rolled 18 and 19.
Oh my
So-
god.
Yeah, I rolled really well. So what you guys see from further back, because he flew ahead, and you're expecting it to just be a boom and you're done and you keep walking, and you're kind of surprised when he only blows away 80% of them. And the other 4 close with their long halberd spear things and like slash at him. The first one rolled a 18. That was a 16 if I remember. So that's not by 3. So that's 1 endurance from that guy. He like stabs at you. The second roll you got was what? 14?
Yeah, yes.
And I rolled a 19. So 14, let's say 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 2 endurance. And the other one comes from the other side and like thrusts forward with its big, weird, wavy.
So I follow
Blade
him with
spear
poking
thing.
bits. I'm at 0 endurance now.
And okay, so you have a penalty die now. When you're at 0 endurance, you have or 1. Actually, wait. You're at 0 endurance. You only had 3 endurance.
So,
Yeah, I think Erlang's the only one of us who has more than 3.
Okay, just checking. When you have
Right,
1
I
endurance,
Tying it up, I kept getting knocked down.
yeah, 3.
Okay. When you have 1 endurance, you've got a penalty die. When you're at 0 endurance, you can't fight anymore. And you might be unconscious, but we're going to say you're not unconscious just yet. You like fall to one knee. Okay. Isco's in trouble.
Yeah. That
Who
is
goes
why-
next? Captain Harrows. And there's 2 more that haven't attacked him yet. That are. Do they? Well, actually, let me go ahead and roll. Do they go for him or do they walk toward you? Because that might matter.
This might be a time to use the wave motion gun.
Okay, one of them steps toward Isco, intending to finish him off, but can't actually do it yet. And The fourth one that is still standing, like, turns toward you guys and starts walking toward you with its big pole arm.
Okay, I do a blast and I shoot the one heading for Iskow.
All right. Agility plus power, range combat.
17.
8, 14. Okay, I rolled a total of 14. 2.
15, 16, 17,
Okay, you
16.
blast it, and it like rocks on its feet a bit. And where you hit it, black smoke kind of like pours out of the armor, like it's filled with black smoke. And then it kind of like sucks back in.
Oh dear.
And it looks over toward you. And it's no longer going to be walking
and-
toward Cisco. It's going to be walking toward you.
And
Next-
this
on its next
is
section.
even after taking the blast from Iskow. Okay,
That's correct.
this just got interesting.
Dr. Anna.
All right. Pull out my bow and arrow and shoot at them. Blast. And I do have
Which one?
um.
All 4
and
got
my
hit by...
fear-
Just so you know, all 4 got hit by Isco once.
Mhm.
One of them also got hit by Captain Harrows badly enough that it kind of spilled black smoke for a bit.
I'm interested in any of the ones that are still coming towards Isco since he's
Okay,
not going to.
there's 2 of them doing that. Go ahead.
All right, then shoot at one of those.
All right.
All right. I have range
Range
combat.
combat.
I have
Agility,
blast.
power. Yes.
Yes. Box cars. All right, so that is
15. I got 15.
so it's a 9 plus 12 is 21.
Holy what?
Is that right? No. I think,
Okay, wait.
No, maybe, no, wait. No,
Box
it's
cars plus your agility, which is
3. That's my
3, makes 15, plus your power level, which is
3. Okay, yeah, sorry. I added 3 too many. So 18.
Well, that's still pretty good. All right. 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, you did the same amount of damage Captain Harris did. You, pew, and there's like a pong as the arrow hits the thing, and it like rocks back. And there's like a piece of armor that's kind of like flapping in the wind now, and the smoke's like billowing out like a smoke signal. What was that?
Nothing. I was telling Google Home to turn something off.
Oh, I hate my phone keeps talking to me. It's like, shut up! I don't want to talk to you.
Hello, Google.
No! Oh, I'm wearing headphones, so it can hear it. You mean it?
No,
Leslie, what's Michael do?
Okay, after observing the fact that the wave motion gun, and she poked a hole and it's still leaking gas, right?
Yeah, like
It's not
black
being sucked
smoke.
back in.
two of them were wounded.
Well, they're all
So
wounded,
her
but
arrows
2 of them are wounded
are
more worse than the
allowing
rest.
black smoke to escape is what I'm asking. It's not being sucked back in.
Leaking.
I'm going to take one of those pieces of armor apart with telekinesis. I'm ripping pieces off and throwing them over the side. I'm going to let the smoke out.
She's the invisible man. It's like an exploded diagram.
Yeah. One of the ones attacking Isco.
Presence plus power level. Mental combat. And I roll against you.
That's a total 18.
Wasn't really anticipating that. All right. All right. Yeah. the
Exploded diagram.
the second one that was attacking Isco, right? Not the first one that Dr. Anna hurt, but the
Yeah, the second
Okay.
one.
okay. You reach out with your powers and you have it solidly held, and then you're just try to like peel pieces off of it.
Disassembling it, yes.
All right. Okay, you can't do that on this action, but on your next action you can do that.
Okay,
But
well,
on
I'll
its
hold
next
it.
on its next action, all it can do is try to break out of this.
Mhm.
So, worst case scenario, you've kept it from stabbing Isco again.
Yeah.
All right, so that's cool. John Erlang Shen, Immortal Sage.
There's one that hasn't been kissed yet, so I'll take on him.
Well, aside from Isco's initial explosion.
Yes. So, yep, leap forward and attack it with the triple-bladed, double-edged spear.
It has its own spear thing, halberd, spinny,
Mine's better.
curvy knife blade spear thing.
Mine's much cooler.
Oh, woo! I rolled outstanding. There's no way you're gonna hit it. Go ahead.
16.
Ping! It blocks. I rolled 18.
Wow, well done.
It is not the max I can roll on these guys, but it's darn close. What, you thought you'd just blow them all the way up to the castle?
Not into the
Alright, Isco is at 0. Does Isco have... Let me double check your character sheet here, see if you got anything fun. You're at 0, so you can't really do anything. Alright, Isco, you're like aware of what's going on, but you're just too injured to do anything about it. Sorry.
I can't do anything. I can't.
I mean, you're at 0, man. What do you want me to do?
Can
And
I
you don't have
attack
regeneration, so...
No, I
He
have.
defend himself.
I have ultra power healing.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
you have to actually do something to do that. Ultra power is something you've got to actually activate.
That's why I was asking. Okay.
Alright, so this goes down. This goes down.
Try to hide.
Can I possibly kill Isco before the rest of you manage to take these guys out? Let's find out. So,
well, so
let's
far,
find out.
all of them have been distracted.
So you better watch out.
alright, left to right.
It's gonna be horrendous.
There's 4 of them, left to right. Far left is just too far to walk up to Captain Harrows and stab him. But because they can't run, they just walk. It's kind of a spooky walk, like you look away and you look back and they're way closer than you thought they would be. But still, they're walking. So it walks slowly, and it's way far away, and you glance away and you glance back, and it's right in your face, but it doesn't actually have time to attack you. So, oh, this means they're all going to get killed. Damn it! Because you were so far away when you started. All right. In which case, one walks up to Captain Harrows, and he's right about to attack you, but can't yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can start attacking at 200 meters. So basically, the fog is their friend.
They're all melee.
One thing we forgot is the original damage aura that Isco has, which is meant to be defensive, to take them out as they're trying to attack him.
Oh, crap, man.
So there's that.
I totally forgot you had damaging aura.
Yeah,
As did you. All right. Retroactively, the two right next to Isco, roll your close combat brawn plus power. And we'll see if...
15.
What?
Oh, this might transfer Michael's attack to the one that...
We're not going to transfer nothing. We're just going to move on from here. What'd you get, Isco?
15.
1-5?
1-5.
Oh, okay.
You in calculus?
No. You're attacking them.
Ah.
And the attacker... Wait. God damn it.
No, when one of them attacks him, they get damaged, right?
If they attack, it's defensive basically, but it's an attack. Okay.
Well, you're attacking them.
Okay. Yeah.
So if your total equals or exceeds their number, your attack succeeds. So, as you're standing there looking at these 4, the 2 that are right next to Isco, the one that's held by Michael is still held. But the other one that stabbed him and got shot with the arrow, and there's like a piece kind of flaking off, there's like pieces of it that are on fire. And as he's standing next to Isco, the fire kind of spreads on the metal, which is not possible, but fire elemental. What are you gonna do? And as you're standing there looking at it, it just kind of like catches fire and then like starts to melt, and the metal melts, and it just kind of collapses, and then a black cloud just kind of dissipates and floats away. So you got 3 of them now. Yeah, I totally forgot about the damaging aura.
Yeah.
Captain Harrows, one walks up to you. Dr. Anna, that one just got melted. Michael, that one's held, is going to try to break out. So Michael will roll presence plus power, mental combat. And I will try to mental combat my way out of this, which I am not
I
going
rolled
to be able
another
to do.
18.
Yeah, there's no way. I could roll 2 6s, I won't hit it. So, yeah, that one, you're like, doom. It is totally held in your power. 1, 2. Oh, the one fighting John Erling. Right? The 4th one, John Erling's fighting the 4th one, right?
Correct.
All right, cool. I swing my thing at you. Ow, double 5s. 18. Brawn, power, close combat.
14.
14, 15, 16, 17. 2 endurance. As it cuts across you with its nasty halberd. Of course, it's not making cool, like, faces. It's just, a smoky shape inside of black armor. All right, Captain Harrows, it's literally in your face, about to stab you, or more like slash at you with a halberd. What you gonna do? What you doing?
I am going to shoot it in its face.
Roll. Agility plus power, range combat, right?
13 plus 4, 17.
Okay, this bodes badly for me, because if I'm rolling this well now, when you actually face the Hag of Crag Keep, she's going to be rolling 2s. Hey, you bring up the blaster rifle, it brings up its halberd and pushes the rifle aside, and bzzzt, you shoot off into the mist, and like cooks, and the mist like swirls around it where, in the after effect of where it was. So, it's a miss. Dr. Anna, the one you were shooting at is a melted mess. However, Captain Harris is next to you and gonna get disemboweled soon.
Yes. So yeah. If he's right next to me, good. I don't have to run anywhere. Not that that's a problem.
Well, right next to you. He's 6-8 feet away.
Yeah, that's right next to me in my terms.
Yeah. Okay.
Switch to the sword and hack into and strike hack into the guy attacking Captain Harris. Or
close combat, brawn plus
combat.
power.
All right.
There you go. They couldn't roll
15.
great forever. Yeah, it's you. Dr. Anna takes one step, is standing next to Captain Harrows, and with her sword does an uppercut strike. There's this, like, the sword goes by, and there's like a flash, and then there's like a thin line in the armor, and the top half of the armor just slides off the bottom half of the armor, and they all just fall over, and like a black cloud.
Love this sword.
And the black cloud just kind of like drifts away from the armor. Michael, you have this thing held in your grip. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna start ripping it apart.
At this point, no roll necessary, because this is not something they are built to resist. So, yeah, that one that Michael's holding, Michael like concentrates, and like pieces just start going boom, bing, pop, pop, bing, boom, boom, bing, boom, bing, pop, 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 bang. What did you call it, Donald? Exploded diagram.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like that, and there's like a ah sound, and the black smoke just kind of drifts away.
You know how when you're looking through whatever new device you've got, and they've got like the diagram with all of the parts shown?
Oh no, I've seen an exploded diagram. That's an apt description. So Yeah, it is no longer a functioning Dreadguard commander.
Yeah.
However, if you wanted to keep a copy of the armor, you have a fairly nice, reasonably undamaged, other than some scorch marks, copy of the armor that Michael has in hand, so to speak. Generalling,
Captain,
are you
do
still
wanna
up?
keep this?
Yep.
I was thinking that could be.
Fly forward
wait,
and grab
one
this
second.
thing.
I'm hearing too many things at once. Donald, what'd you say?
Oh, I was thinking that could be useful.
Oh, to have
A
a
suit
set
of
of the armor?
Yeah, yeah. Do you imagine a minion I'll build inside of that?
Generalling, what are you doing?
Fly
Ooh.
forward and grab this thing.
Just grab it? Like, actually grab it?
Yeah.
All right, roll a hit.
Okay.
Brawn, close combat. I guess that's all.
14 again.
You just like bear hugging it? What's your deal?
It is my intention to fly forward to grab the thing and then fly up.
Okay.
And drop the thing.
It's not really ready for that, so we'll give it a penalty die because that's pretty surprising. It wasn't expecting that. You fly forward. Yeah, not a problem. You fly forward. You grab it. You fly up. Whoosh.
And then,
So you're-
and then I let it go. Bye.
You're. Oh, God damn it! All right. They don't have facial expression because it's just scary looking black armor. But you fly up, and there's like a split second when it's like you're like this close, right? It's like your face and its face.
Visor to visor, yeah.
Yeah, it's like looking at you, and it looks down, and it looks at you, and you see like the shoulders kind of like drop a little bit, and then you let go, and it goes ah, and it drifts away through the sky.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that reminds me of Brightburn. Anybody seen Brightburn?
Yes, actually.
Wow.
Okay, no, I definitely need to set up some clockwork inside this thing. We need this suit of armor following us when we reach the hatch.
Oh, and then Brendan,
Yeah.
I'll follow it down because I don't know where where in the fog everybody is.
It clearly has no way to stop its fall. Does not have flight, does not have gliding, does not have swinging, does not have ultra power. Basically, so it's just a suit of armor holding on to a halberd, and the ground, and you're there, and it's there, and the ground is getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer until it hits the ground, and bits of it like bounce and just like a splash, 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 and then there's like a kind of a cloudy miasma that just kind of like blows away. Yeah. A few seconds later, John Erling flies back. Isco is hands and knees, is just barely conscious, has been like cut open from gibbet to stern or wherever the
Three
phrase is.
strikes of the spear thingy. Yeah, nasty.
So what are you gonna do now?
Gotta heal him.
I'm not very good at it, but I could try and get him some kind of healing. You retune the healing ray. Retune the anti-death ray a little bit to do cellular regeneration.
Can you heal, Michael?
No.
I have a total of 8.
Roll 2 dice, Craig, and don't add anything to it. Because I'm assuming you want to be healed, so you're not going to try to fight it.
7.
Okay. Captain Harrows tinkers with his healing ray that he's been working on. And yeah, you get back 1 endurance.
Huh.
So you have a
Okay.
penalty die on anything you do, but you have an endurance.
That helps.
Yay.
It'll allow him to heal himself.
Yeah, I'll have to hit myself.
Yes, at which point you basically turn into fire and,
Well, let me
flame on, and then
if I stand back, move like a flame strike. all for myself. Fight for radius.
And you're fine.
Wow.
Yay!
Like a marshmallow on the end of my spear.
Hey, you got marshmallows you've been holding out.
All right then.
We're gonna have chocolate bars, otherwise it makes s'mores.
Unfortunately, they're not gelatin and sugar. They are actually mallows from the marsh.
I think she's up the stakes. She's sending the bad boys.
Well, you're past the village. It would make sense that the tougher guards are going to be
Mhm.
closer
Yeah.
to the castle.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is we just leveled up.
Question: How close are we to the village? Can we stash the armor in the village until we come back for it?
Oh, sure.
Oh no! I intend to have this village following us very shortly.
The village? What? How would you
No,
do
well-
that?
The armor.
Oh, the
no.
armor.
I intend to have this armor following us very shortly.
That's what all those little creatures are for.
Okay, if you do that, okay, I'll let you do that, but you're gonna, your ultra power will be occupied doing that.
This isn't ultra power. This is what I do is I make things into robots. I'm trying to I will.
I'm telling you, this is how I'm gonna handle it. Because you
Yeah,
don't
that's
have your
what we're
workshop,
looking
you
to.
only have the bots you brought with you. You can put enough of your minions inside this thing to make it a new minion, because it's not a machine; it's just armor.
Right, but I
you can
don't
do
have-
that, but it's going to occupy your ultra power slot.
I would leave the armor
Yeah,
and
for
leave
now.
it for later.
For now, they can always abandon ship.
That is absolutely true. I'm not saying you
Yeah,
can't undo it. I'm just saying while the armor's walking around next to you, that is what your ultra power slot will be doing.
Yeah, it beats trying to stash the armor somewhere and come back for it because that's annoying. Okay.
Okay. 2 or 3 minions hop off your back and start breaking apart into pieces spontaneously, and you put them back into pieces and put the armor on them, and a few minutes later, you've got essentially one of the Dreadguard commanders just standing there.
I have this mental image of a couple of kids in a trench coat trying to get into an R-rated movie.
I was gonna say 3 weasels in a trench coat.
Make a reason. Make a. Oh, there's got to be a way to do this. Engineering. Make an engineering reason power roll, Donald.
Okay. Big on secure dice. There we go.
I didn't roll great. You can make it.
Dude. I rolled terribly.
How terrible.
11.
All you need is a 10. I told you I didn't roll
11.
great. Hey, it occurs to you there's something missing.
Okay.
It doesn't have the black smoke coming out of it.
I can deal with that for now.
Well, no, you can make black smoke. It's like take off the
Well,
breastplate
yeah.
and like crank up the fuel air mixture, and put the chest plate back on, and then black smoke starts drifting out of it.
There we go.
It's going to run rich, but you know.
Yeah.
So sure.
Don't give it full throttle right off the line. She'll bog down. It'll be okay.
All right. At the rate you've been encountering them, you should encounter 2 more squads of Dread Guards between here and Crag Keep. It's really close now. Like it looks even bigger than you thought it was. It's huge.
Okay.
Are we still hidden by the fog?
Basically, yeah. Hidden's a strong word. Your visibility is very limited at ground level. You can
All right,
see.
fly straight up.
Okay.
I want to see how far the fog extends.
It's. Wait, above or around? What do you mean?
Up.
Oh,
When does the fog layer stop?
5-10 meters.
Oh, okay. Wave at the harpies, fly back down.
The Harpies are as badass as the Dreadguard commanders.
That's
They're
why
about
I'm
on.
not-
Plus, they can fly.
I'm not trying to kick their ass.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot more of them. There's probably 40 or 50 of them. So, um, they're the monsters that tell you not to go in that way.
Now, see, Brandon, your game master tactics are improving. You've discovered that air superiority is really important when you're running a ground level fantasy campaign.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey!
like
I'll give you
World War
another. I'll give you another shot at this. Make a perception reason roll. Let's see what I get.
Perception reason. Oh, nice.
Oh, add power. You've got your sight beyond sight third eye thing. Add power
Oh,
to
yes,
that.
I do. Then I rolled really well. 17.
Okay, you needed 12. It's actually still a difficulty 6 because it's really far away. But because of where you are now, you got to add your power, which helped offset that. Way to the... What the hell would it be here? East, west, south? I don't even know. Back toward where you left the land crawler parked. You see, very, very faintly here, a engine of an airplane. Not a vroom vroom, an airplane, an actual airplane, not a jet. A prop engine airplane.
A piston engine supercharged aircraft engine.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And actually, you have the telescopic sight thing. I can actually show you what it looks like. Nobody else could see this. You were the only person. If Isco was up there, he'd only hear it. But you can actually see it. It looks like this.
Oh, those aren't supercharged.
That must have just come here from
Actually,
another one.
actually, it has one supercharger, which put it at a disadvantage to the Fokkers that the Germans were flying, which had two.
Twin superchargers, right?
Yes.
Well, that's why they gave them to China, because they were obsolete by the beginning of the Second World War. They were slowly being phased out by the U.S. Army because the engines weren't as powerful. That's why the P-38 beat it out, and then the P-51 after that.
Yet it had a serviceable career, and there are quite a few aces that flew those.
Oh yeah, they were actually a really good plane, especially when you're dealing with the stuff the early Japanese Air Force had. And
Yeah.
I love them. I think they're awesome.
Their altitude, their max altitude ceiling, was not as high as like the Mustangs, etc., or the Fokkers for that matter. So they weren't very good at that. But in the Northern African theater, does anybody else care about this? In the Northern African theater, where
I studied this shit for fun, man.
I grew up around this.
yeah, where essentially they were air superiority. They were shooting at the ground most of the time. They were very effective.
Mhm.
And cheap and very reliable. They're a very sturdy airplane.
It's one of the other reasons why the Flying Tigers loved them is because they wouldn't break down.
Yeah. And 6 half-inch machine guns. Half-inch bullets. 6 of them.
Yeah.
Each of them had around 250 rounds of ammunition.
And I don't know if you've seen those pre-war half-inch rounds, but they're like that long.
Oh yeah, the 50
They are no joke.
Anyway, way back by where you parked the land crawler, with your far distance vision, you see that thing kind of like making a circle and then starting to land.
Did we camouflage our land crawler, or did we leave it out where everybody could see it?
Not that I remember.
Camouflage the thing. It's the size
Guys,
of
good luck trying to
class destroyer.
good luck trying to drive something he built.
Yeah, there was no camouflaging that. So, all right. Anyway, so that's what you've determined. The fog stretches up around 30 feet or so, and
Okay, I'll fly back down.
all right.
I saw something interesting while I was up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a P-40 with actual Flying Tiger colors.
Ooh.
That's not the
Yeah,
weirdest.
it looked like it was circling around where you left the land crawler.
Wonder if they got caught in a storm.
Probably.
Hey, I wonder if it's one of the ones that disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle.
I'm more wondering if it's still if
I
it's
think we
a
lost a
recent.
P-40 triangle.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm thinking chances are it's a bad guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm more wondering if who's driving that thing than where it came from.
Where did we park the land crawler? Is that near where the cyborgs and
It was
senators are?
yeah, it was
next to
over
the next to the House of the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Oh right, okay.
Because that's where the
You guys want to wait a few minutes? I have to go talk to the guy.
if you wait, a dozen more Dreadguard commanders are going to be marching along. Just letting you know.
Yeah, let's get on up there and reduce the number of times we have to take out a dozen Dreadguard commanders.
Agreed.
Okay.
That's weird.
Hey, nobody thought to bring along like a backpack full of cooking grease or something, huh?
Why would you need to do that?
I don't really care.
What?
I said, not the sort of thing I'd normally carry.
Not so much, no.
Yeah.
Well, you've kind of been chatting here for a bit, so while you're standing here, you see through the mist.
We're walking.
We can walk while we talk.
We're walking.
Through the mist, you see.
Right of Greece, since these guys just walked forward.
You see 15, 20 meters away, through the mist, another dozen Dreadguard commanders, holding their halberds. Clunk, 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 clunk. They clank when they walk.
Armor.
Okay, I think it's your turn, Captain.
Somebody's building things up.
I liked how you dealt with them last time.
Okay. The Dreadguard command armor that's been following us drops to the ground.
Well, it doesn't have to fall over. It can just, stand still.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna steal the part that lets me make explosive blast.
I'm thinking of that doorknob, the broomstick. Was that old TV? The old movie?
Bedknobs and broomsticks?
Yeah.
The old Disney movie. Agility plus power, range combat. Wow, I'm rolling really well again.
Only a 17.
All right. Okay, 16, 17, 15, 12, 15, 19. 1 just completely ignores you. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. You fire your blaster. And there's the whole, outline X-ray effect, but there's no skeleton in these. And then it goes down, and they continue walking forward. None of them have been taken out.
That's not good.
Okay, everybody else, feel free to jump in.
Where's my...
How far away are they?
At this point...
Shit, man, shoot them again.
We are in trouble.
Hang on.
It's 20 meters.
They have to move toward you one more time before they can actually attack you. So everybody will get 2 attacks on them before they actually get to you. Yeah, why even bother? Because I know, unless you all roll just stupidly bad, you're going to take them out before they get to you. So, and at this point, I assume none of you are just going to fly up to them and do stuff. So,
nope.
You'll just take them out of the range. Hey, Sebastian. So, fine.
Seems the wise maneuver.
They march toward you very deliberately.
They have deprived me of my best attack, but yes, I'm not going to use it up.
They march deliberately toward you, and between explosions, arrows, TK grabs, and just tossing them off the bridge, whatever. By the time they get to you, there is exactly 1, and John Erlang just kind of goes, and it just falls over. And the black smoke inside kind of oozes out and then dissipates away. All right. And you have another dozen after that, which we'll assume just goes the same way. Because you have figured out the tactic to dealing with them, so there's really not a challenge anymore. You get 2
before we get any further, can we take a quick break?
Oh, sure. Let's take a break. The button on the left is the pause, and we are pausing now. Okay. And we're back. So, you reach the drawbridge of Crag Keep, and there is you're in the causeway, which ends abruptly, and on the other side of a sizable gap. Granted, at least 3 of you could simply fly or run and jump across it, but it's a sizable gap. So,
The drawbridge is up.
and the drawbridge is up, and the drawbridge itself has a vaguely, like a scary face kind of look to it. Like there's windows on either side that kind of look like scary eyes, and the drawbridge, the thing that pulls up, which I guess is actually the drawbridge itself, like the shape of the stone around it looks like teeth. It's very Castle Grayskull looking.
Yeah.
I have to admit, she's got a flair for the dramatic.
And on the ledge on the other side of the drawbridge,
It's a really Saturday morning flair for the dramatic, though.
it kind of is. On the ledge on the other side of the drawbridge, and the ledge actually extends to the sides of the bridge itself, so the guards who are standing there would not simply be crushed every time the drawbridge opened, because that'd just be crazy. But because they can move out of the way, are yet a third kind of skeleton in black armor. These, the face of the helmet is actually open, and you can see the skeleton head inside the helmet. Other than that, it's basically big, scary, Baroque black armor. And they've got spears, very similar to the ones that nearly disemboweled Isco.
Hey, Captain,
There are only 2 of them.
I bet you $1 you can't hit that one on the left with the cosmic photon blaster.
Well, at this point, wouldn't it just be, since we were coming here to talk to the woman, at this point say knock, knock?
That's a good way to knock.
Mhm.
Loud and clear.
What do you do?
I mean, after
Yes,
all the time,
The guards on the ledge across the gap do not appear. Actually, they like move when you come close, like they're aware that you're there, so they like ready themselves, but they just stand there. They don't even point their spears at you. They just stand there with their spears, but they react. They are mobile and have noticed your presence.
Okay, but they're not like threatening. No, nobody's like threatening us or.
More like
Okay.
alert. They are alert. And again, there's only 2 of them.
Okay, I'll step up. I wish to speak to the Hag of Crag.
Did diplomacy?
Yes, I do.
Make a diplomacy roll. I'm just curious how that's going to go. Let me know if you hit 12.
Poorly, a 7.
Okay.
I take it you're not a diplomat.
Somebody with an absurd French accent tells you to go away, or he shall taunt you a second time.
Yeah, no, like I got a 1 and a 3 on 2d6, kind of. Ow. It went badly.
Get your bad rolls out of the way before combat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you might wanna blow a plot point, since our whole idea was to come and
Oh!
talk to this.
I totally forgot about this. Everyone, I always forget to remind you. I forget to remind you, and so you forget you've got them. Everybody's got a plot point. 1.
Yep.
And Isco had remembered that. He probably would have gotten back up after being disemboweled. But that's okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I should have reminded you. Everybody's got a plot point. So
I've been saving mine.
Okay.
If you want to try
I
again,
guess now would be the time to try a plot point, huh?
you rolled so badly, I don't think it's going to matter.
I'm
honestly.
curious. I would like to talk to her.
Yeah. There's really no recovering from that roll.
I'll step and say, okay, I got this, and I'll basically say the same thing.
Oh wait. Before Isco says that, so Captain Harris says, "We want an audience with the Hag of Crag Keep," or whatever exactly you said.
The Hag of Crag Keep.
So the guards like pause a moment, and then they like look at each other, and they look back at you, and they both shake their head like this. So the answer is apparently no.
So is this still going to
So then Isco does something.
Yep, I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm saying we demand.
Okay, I want to do like because they can't talk. They got no tongues or lungs or throats or vocal cords. So like Isco steps up and says, "I demand," and they like you get like this like taken aback kind of expression, and they look at each other, and they're like they shake their heads no.
Okay. Well,
And bring a message from the thinking machine.
oh,
Ooh.
cannot. They know we have it.
You guys
here's a
want to let
good
me know
picture.
when you're through yelling at
We
the
don't.
statues?
have it. It's alive.
Yeah, but I said they know where it is. So us denying that would be
Here you go.
silly.
You got two of these guys. Except they're wearing helmets, but other than that, two of these guys. But you can see the face.
Ooh,
Great
something
big-
to aim at.
Great big axe sort of things. Which is so. And you might think, being that there's only two of them, and they're right in front of the castle, that these are the toughest of the dread guards that you've seen. You could totally be forgiven for thinking that these are the toughest dread guards in the entire castle.
I don't believe it. Not for a minute.
No, if they were, why would they be on the front door?
Anyway. So apparently they okay, wait, well, no, you said you brought a message from the thinking machine.
Yeah.
Do you say what the message is?
No. That message is for the Hag of Crag Keep.
Hey, kitty.
None of these guys look like hags of Crag Keeps. Oh, Kayla.
Hello, Sebastian.
What are you doing?
I said,
Hi, Susan, they say.
Hello.
Oh, it's a little kitty who's still biting, I see.
Eh, he's actually not biting as much as he was.
he's
Sometimes
hugging,
it's licking.
Look at that cute face. Oh,
he's hugging with his teeth is what's going on.
Suturing so much.
Love you.
I love you too. Good night. 1 second, gotta pause. Ah, we're back. Yay! All right. So, the message is for the Hag of Crag Keep, apparently. They look at each other, and they stand in a more assertively guarding fashion, like, like they're just gonna stand there and not let you go by.
So
Yeah,
are
we're
we done
doing
talking to the
stupid.
statue?
What?
I asked everybody if we're done talking to the statues.
Let's just destroy him.
All right.
Getting old.
Gosh, I'm
I've
sorry.
tried knocking politely, I suppose.
Yeah.
I
So what do
just
you do?
don't think it's right to.
Is
Yeah,
there
I
a
totally
window
agree.
in the face of this somewhere near?
Well, both of the eyes on
Probably.
either side, up above and to either side of the mouth, are windows. They're windows.
Oh, okay, great. Fly into it.
Both of the skeleton guards like watch him fly up into a window, and they look at you, and they look at the window, and they look at each other, and they look at you.
I follow her like.
These are the stupid ones. That's why they're at the door.
I'm the controlist of a drum range.
Oh, that's great.
I tell them if you would just go get the hag, it wouldn't be all this much fuss. You're only making it worse on yourself.
They look at each other. They look at Kim Harrows. They nod. and they both go to the side and then go through like a little door into the castle. Meanwhile, Turtling flies through the eye window, and you're in, a Halloween castle.
Yeah.
There's suits of armor with weapons and cobwebs and weird tapestries of strange, scary scenes and that sort of thing.
Do some investigating and see if I can find the controls for the drawbridge.
You are on the floor actually above the drawbridge level, but
Right.
there's stairs going down, and they're like spiral stairs going down, and you come out, and yeah, you're right there, and there's like a great big wheel with a chain that goes through a thing that goes to another thing, and you pull out the big wooden doodad and spin the wheel, and the drawbridge goes thump.
And I'll stand there looking impressive as the drawbridge comes down so that when the drawbridge finally hits the floor, everybody can see me standing there.
Ah!
Come on in.
And there are torches on the walls that are lit. It's reasonably well lit for a castle with all the torches.
For a Halloween castle, yeah, that does sound very well lit.
It's a Halloween castle.
Yeah. They're supposed to be dark and gloomy.
Well, it's dark and gloomy, but it's also pretty well lit with torches. Like the torches are just far enough apart that it's gloomy in the places between them.
This is making me more and more curious as to where the Hag of Crag Keep originally came from.
Middle class America.
Yeah.
All right, I will give this to you for you spend a few minutes looking around.
Possibly a fictional universe.
Possibly. You spend a few minutes looking around, and I'll give this to you for free for Dr. Anna and for Erling Shen. Because you guys have like the whole tactical military kind of experience background. This place is enormous, and if you run into more guards, you will not have the benefit of range.
Yes,
They will be on top of you as soon as you run into them. And it won't take long, if there are very many of them, even the easy to destroy ones, it won't take long for them to wear you down. If you explore the castle on foot, because it's huge and very windy, lots of winding corridors and stairs and things.
Our friends, the guards, theoretically went to get the hag. Do you want to wait for her? Or no?
No.
Or the people who can fly or run really fast might be able to search out the...
Yeah, do a quick recon.
Yeah.
Isco,
Okay,
I think you need to volunteer.
Yeah. No, I go invisible.
I'll help.
Okay. I go invisible. I go check it out. Recon. Recon.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm useful. Yeah.
Well, of course you're
I am
useful.
the one that probably can't really do anything at this point because I need.
Blowing things up. I mean.
I do need to attack from a distance.
All right, let's see what's going to happen. So Isco's going to go
And
explore.
I'm
Is that what's
slow.
happening?
Well,
I believe Craig, Kieran, and I are all going to go do a bit of exploring.
one thought I had was if I flew up to the ledge or the opening up above where I think Seymour maybe it's his area.
The place where you saw like the weird science lab kind of place.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. I'm thinking maybe I should do that, and somebody else should hang out down, recon down here. But how are we going to communicate?
You have radios.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Do they work here?
Yeah, they work. They work fine.
Okay.
Hey, they work fine.
Well, it's gonna suck if I'm invisible, so I'll keep it off until I'm not. not.
So
How about if
Isco's going to fly outside and look in one of the windows, which he previously looked into.
Well,
Okay.
I thought there was like a balcony I could go into the keep. No,
We shouldn't split the party.
or there's only a window. I thought there was like a balcony, but there's only a window.
It's a great big window with a balcony.
Okay, that's what it is.
It's big. It's like the size of a, kid's bedroom. The balcony itself is the size, and the window is the size of a small bedroom. It's you could drive a car into it if you could
Well,
put a car up there. You could drive a car through it.
Even though I'm invisible, I will still be discreet and careful when I get up there.
Is everybody else waiting for Isco to go do that, or what's the deal?
We're all going to go explore.
Yeah,
So you're going to split up.
I
Everybody's
don't
going.
think that's a good idea. Really, I don't.
Always a good idea.
Especially those of us who only are successful attackers from a
At least
distance
we're in vacation. That's
and are slow. And
We're not saying you're going.
I've just got to hide.
That's what recon's about. We're not saying everybody does the recon. Just those capable of doing recon.
Are suited to it. The rest of us.
Okay,
We are.
everyone at this moment in time is in the room just behind the open drawbridge. So, who is leaving that room to go look around?
Me.
Isco?
I'll actually hang about for a good 15 to 30 seconds and then get bored and go, nope, I'm gonna go look around. And,
Okay. Everybody who's going to leave this area and go off and look around, roll 2d6 plus reason, and let's see. It's in investigation. Is that the right skill?
I have investigation.
Yeah, investigation. Sure, why not? Investigation reason.
11.
Um, 2d6 plus recent investigation. Yeah, 4.
Wow.
I can't even find the balcony again. Where the hell is it?
I'm pretty sure it was on the outside of the castle.
Damn it.
Wait, was it on the outside of the castle?
That's not
Right.
the right castle, man. It's a big Halloween-looking castle.
Is this even the right castle?
Is anyone else? Are the rest of you just staying right there?
Since the other
just wanna
two
be
guys
sure.
are flying off, I'm sticking around since I'm one of the main close combat people.
That makes sense in case, everybody else gets killed.
And since
Imagine
I'm
how
one
bad
of
you
the
would feel.
I'm one of the main range combat people. I may just secrete myself someplace where I can throw ranged attacks and hopefully not be seen.
Just hide behind a
Go find something
tapestry
to
or a
stand behind.
suit of
Yeah.
armor or something. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm going
General
to
Lane.
stand in a suit of armor. The one that's animated.
Journaling, you fly down hallways and upstairs and down hallways and around corners and through enormous ballrooms. Like just freaking, like the size of a amphitheater. Just huge ballroom. With musicians. There's like a bunch of musicians standing there with their instruments. Just kind of, they're human. They're just like waiting. And they look at you as you go by.
Zip past, stop, come back. You're the band?
The guy in the front with the baton, like, nods. He, like, gestures at the band.
When's the party start?
Shrug.
Well, start up a tune.
Tap, 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 tap. Da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da da. What?
They're actually playing big band music.
Yeah, it's like
Cool.
20 musicians all start playing big band swing music. Ba da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba ba ba. All right, you zoom around for a while. You find nothing of interest. Well, I mean, nothing dangerous. Put it that way.
Okay.
It's all very spooky and scary, and from time to time you zip past 3 or 4 dread guards, the boring kind, the cheap ones. But by the time they see you, you're gone. So you're like, zoom, past them, and they're like, a split second later, they're like, hmm? That's really it. Meanwhile, Isco, you How do you? I just don't. I just don't know. You find the balcony that you found before, and on the inside is very Dr. Frankenstein meets Wicked Witch of the West kind of laboratory. There's like a great big crystal ball. There's big posts with little discs on them going like that. All kinds of crazy stuff like this. And distantly, you hear a sound. It sounds like a Beatles song played on the piano. Are you familiar with the Beatles? Is Isco familiar with the Beatles?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, hang on. See if I can find this for you. Do I have this? Oh my goodness! I think I actually do this. I have this. Let's see. I gotta change my audio settings.
Yeah, I was gonna say Isco existed in the late 20th century Earth. He's heard Beatles.
He's heard the Beatles. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if this works. It'll be fun if this works.
Hearing something.
You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very hard. You may want to turn it up a little.
Very low.
Oh wait, it's not coming through the right thing. Ah!
I know why they want the thinking machine. They want to play a piano.
Hey, if that's what they're offering, we could probably strike a deal with them.
All right.
Just
Oh,
not-
yeah.
Isco. The song is "Help" by the Beatles, played on the piano.
Oh, okay. I staying invisible. I cautiously move in the direction of I hear the noise.
All right.
Talking machine, thinking machine.
You move past some. There's nobody in this room. It's a great big room with kind of like arched cathedral ceiling kind of a thing.
So I'm still being stealthy, using his stealth skills, even though I'm invisible, just to make sure.
And you're invisible. No, there's nobody in here. So,
Some weeks.
and you go, and there's Georgie, the piano,
How did
playing
they
"Help"
get
by the Beatles.
How did they get Georgie?
You've been gone
They've
for
gone
days.
for a while.
Mhm.
You've been gone for like a week.
Even
Yell at her.
before I can catch myself, I say, George.
You better get the captain up there.
Okay, wait. Lloyd said something I didn't hear.
I said it wouldn't be all that hard for us to steal in, so it probably wouldn't all that hard for her to steal in.
Yeah, you guys left town.
Or there's a second one.
But Georgie doesn't seem very happy. And
Exactly like Georgie.
tranquility.
He's similar to Georgie.
Oh, and the piano has chains crisscrossed over it that are like mounted with great big rivets into the stone floor.
Didn't
Somebody
Georgie
better
get
get back to tranquility.
Okay, wait. I can't understand if more than one person's talking. Leslie, would you say?
I said, somebody, if Isco tells us about this, we better send somebody back to tranquility. If they've got Georgie, I'm worried about tranquility.
Yeah. But right now, anyway, I'm in front of the maybe Georgie. So I say, Georgie?
The
That
piano
you?
stops playing,
But nobody can talk to it. Except
and then you hear the piano play, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
Georgie,
But on a piano.
did the tag capture you? One for yes, two for no. Bing.
Bong.
Bing. Okay, there we go.
They can't see you, right? You're just talking.
Right, I'm just talking.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get you out of here then.
Bong.
I radio the rest. Hey guys, I keep it really low. Hey guys, Georgie's up here. Yeah, she got Georgie. I'm with Georgie right now.
Okay. Are there any bad guys up there?
Not here, but maybe nearby. I don't know. Haven't found it yet.
Can you ask Georgie if tranquility's okay?
Will do. Hey, Georgie, is tranquility okay?
Silence.
He doesn't know. I think it's bad. That's bad.
That does sound
Well,
bad.
I'm not there. How would I know?
Well, no. What did she do to ask? Maybe. Oh, damn. Too bad. We gotta get the cat up there.
We can't think about it anyway. We can't change it anyway.
Isco, what's the harpy situation look like up there?
Bad. It was bad, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you were able to sneak in.
It's the same. I was barely able to sneak in once I found the balcony. I don't say that part.
All right. I guess we're gonna have to head up from the inside then. Nothing. I didn't find anything on the first floor, so we're gonna have to keep going up.
Okay. I'll stay here with George. It's probably the best, and for both all of us to get lost inside.
Okay. Well, be prepared to come back down if we encounter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I suppose those of us in hiding should start making our way that direction.
Here, I'll throw this out to you for free. Isco was able to get up there and get in without the harpies noticing him. Yeah, there's a lot of them around, and they kind of fly around, and they perch like gargoyles, and then they fly around some more. There's a bunch of them. But they didn't see him. From your previous experience, they are... How to put this? I don't want to put it in like two... I'll just put it this way. Yeah, if they see you, they will chase you. So here's something that would probably occur to Isco. If they see him, they will chase him. But then he can go invisible and they won't see him anymore. At which point, they won't be where they were.
Yeah, leave them alone.
So he could provide a pretty easy distraction to get you guys in the balcony if you want to go that way. Otherwise, you're going to spend like the next hour going through the middle of the castle, and I don't want to do
Here's
it.
another question. Is
That possibility.
my lifting ability telekinetically?
What?
Is Georgie within my lifting ability telekinetically? Because we gotta get
Within
him
range? No. Within weight? Yeah, definitely.
I know I can't do it now, but I mean, in order to get him out of here, we got to carry him out of here.
Oh yeah. You could pick him
Rescuing the
up.
hostages. If the hostage is a player piano, is kind of low on our list of priorities right at the moment. He's not going anywhere, and they're not going to kill him.
Yeah, I know, but when we do leave, we need to figure out a way to carry him.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd say
sure
so.
you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, I can carry 2 people at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and I can go really freaking fast. So if Isco can provide me some cover, I can get everybody up there within a matter of minutes.
Well, so
Perfect.
okay.
Second,
Then
probably.
it's climbing up.
The first thing that would occur to Isco is I need to take the chains off of Georgie so he can actually move. Can I do that?
Well, you have to be visible and like hack at them with your burning scimitar or something, right?
Or know how to pick locks.
Oh, there's no locks. They're just chains that are bolted to the stone that crisscross over the piano.
Oh, okay.
And when I say chains, I mean like one link in the chain is like this big. It's like
Anchor chains.
yeah, they're big ass
Oh,
chains.
Yeah.
Also, that will make
I'm so
noise.
curious about this.
Well, I'm thinking the fire precision strike, like to burn a chain in half.
Here's a hint for you, Isco. The stone will give before the chains do.
I don't know that Isco would think of that.
It will make noise. That's what I'm just want to make clear.
Again, we don't need to release him yet. All he's going to be is a problem until we actually have a chance to leave.
Yeah.
So just leave him there for the moment. He's fine. They're not going to hurt him.
They got-
Yeah, they want him.
They won't go out of their way to kidnap him. So.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to release Georgie without making a lot of noise, so I'll come to you.
Okay, yeah. For the moment, leave him there. We'll get him once we beat all the bad guys up. So yeah, we'll do it that way, Brandon. If Isco can distract the harpies, then I can carry everybody up in 2 trips.
2 trips. So, Isco, make 2 stealth rolls. Because you're using
You and
your...
all your swag are going to have to go on the second trip. I'm afraid.
Stealth,
What?
expertise, agility.
Donald and all his swag are going to have to go on the second trip.
Okay. So what you're saying, Craig?
Stealth, expertise, agility.
And because you're using your like flight and stuff, you can add power to it. I'll let you add your power to it. Basically, you're trying to outwit the harpies to see if they realize you're trying to distract them. That's basically what's going on here.
14 for the first one.
Let's see what the harpies roll.
And 15 for the second one.
Wow. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow. Okay. The first one, you fly up, you zoom past in your fiery form. You're very, very obvious. Like a dozen harpies. They take off after you and start flapping after you. And you get a distance away, and then you turn invisible, and then you come back and you do it again. The second time, even more of them chase after you. And so you get like 24 harpies all flying after you. And they're very nasty looking. Great big claws and talons. And you know if they catch you, they're going to tear you into tiny little bloody pieces.
If they don't.
And you get a distance away, and then you turn invisible, and they fly around confused. And because the first time you got them exactly, the second time you got 3 levels of success on that. So they're going to be looking for you for like the rest of the day. The ones that chased you. So meanwhile, John Erling, you bring people up, you land them on the balcony, and then a couple seconds later, Isco comes back, and there you are. And you can't see it from the balcony because it's like behind some other equipment and big Dr. Frankenstein looking things. But you hear the piano version of "When I Was Young, I Never Needed Anyone." Like that song? All by myself. Oh, I'm so off key. Anyway, so you hear that on the piano.
I'll go say hi to him.
Yeah, I'm going to go have a talk with Georgie.
Yeah, I better let him know that we are going to get him out of here, but we can't do it now.
And as you cross the room, a clawed hand pulls a lever and traps all of you. Yay! Because, wow, you're easy to trap. Okay. A clawed hand reaches out, grabs a lever, and goes, ka-chunk! And chains kind of like spray from the walls and wrap up Michael, and some rays, like Flash Gordon looking rays, hit Isco and John Erlang, and then like an electrified net hits Dr. Anna. So that all happens very suddenly. Everybody get a extra plot point. Yay! You've only got 20 minutes left of the game, so...
Does the head say, "I've got you now, my pretties"?
And your little dog, too.
I was actually kind of surprised how well that worked. Anyway,
I was
we're
wondering
pretty...
if this was a supposed to lose fight.
What?
I was wondering if this was a supposed to lose fight.
Well, not yet. We're going to wrap up by 10:30, and it's pretty close to that, so it's kind of late to give you a plot point. So if we all remember, everybody starts with 2 plot points next game, okay? If you don't spend them between now and 10:30. All right, so there is a chuckle as this creature walks from around a corner from a hidden compartment.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're the ones that have been causing the mistress so much trouble. I thought you'd be taller.
I think I've heard that song before somewhere.
Oh, you are ugly. Ew.
Seymour, I presume.
Orson.
Oh, you're Orson.
Yes, I'm the smart one. Not that I needed to be very smart to defeat you.
Oh, I
It
don't
was
think
all
it's-
too easy. All I had to do was give you what you
Don't count.
wanted.
Don't
And
count on
he points at John Erlang and this and says, it says, some kind of magic armor and some kind of fire elemental. Can't use your powers if you can't transform. And you, pointing at Dr. Anna, it's like, so terribly fierce with your bow and your sword. Can't touch them, can't be dangerous. And he gestures at Michael, and it's like, and you, I don't even know what you do. And he looks over at Captain Harrows.
Oh, that's so good then.
So, but Michael's all chained up. So you're all chained up, and Captain Harrows is like, and you with your little devices, your little automata, just a little bit of electrical interference makes you completely useless. So the question is, what
I don't need my hands. I got this.
what to do with you? What to do? I know the mistress wants you, but maybe I'll pick apart your powers and see how they work first. Maybe it's time for the castle to have a new master.
So, Michael, I'm thinking the mental component rather than the physical component. You know, I tell you to pitch him out the window, but he's got wings. He might actually be able to fly.
He does have wings.
Yeah, I think just.
What are you doing, kitty cat?
I'm just wondering, did the
Down.
suit of armor get too?
I'm assuming John Erlang left the suit of armor in the entrance room. I mean, why would you carry that?
No, that's why I said that. I had to make a second trip for Donald and his swag.
Oh, really? Oh, you brought that too? All right. In which case, the suit of armor has the anti-electron rays aimed at it as well. So it's basically just going pop, pop,
random
sparks, pop,
question
pop,
mark.
spark. Yeah, all your little automata are just kind of like twitching.
Question mark. I need to know. I've just found
Damn.
and changed. Period. Right. I'm going to experiment
Sorry, what?
with something small with my telekinesis to see if I'm still capable of it. If it is just a mind power, I don't need any gestures or anything like that.
What are you doing? Yeah, your telekinesis still works, as
Okay.
does all your other mental powers. They all still work. Your mental
I'm
powers have
using-
not been restrained.
I think take over his mind.
All right, left or right. You can try to roll to break out of this. It'll be difficult.
I'd like to.
Let's go right. I've been going left to right. Let's go right to left. Rolling Shen. Roll dice to break out of the thing that is keeping you from transforming into Erlang Shen, actually.
Okay.
You're kind of trapped as John Erlang at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll burn one of the plot points I've got to basically,
Get an
reach
extra
people
die.
inside myself.
Right?
What's that?
That's what a plot point does, right?
Okay.
Pretty sure it's an extra die. Plot points. Spending bonus die. Yeah, you get a bonus die. Good.
Inspiration, power stunt, rally, retcon, or surge.
Yeah, it's a bonus die.
I'll do the bonus.
Ow! Jesus, cat.
Dude, what am I rolling? Just straight dice?
Crap. Hang on. I gotta tell you what you're rolling against. Doodly-doodly-doo. This is a power suppression. So, what are you rolling against? Ranged combat agility. Yeah, it's ranged combat agility.
15.
And let's see what he gets against you. I'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of you. I'll just go ahead and roll 5 times right now and just tell you what do you get. Okay. Waiting. Unfortunately, that is not quite enough. You struggle.
Okay.
No, there is something preventing you from transforming. Michael, what are you doing?
You said there's a ray aimed at Captain Harrows?
There's rays aimed at all of you, and there's a vulture gloating in front of you.
I'm more. Let me see. I think I'm trying to think of who's the most effective right now. Who'd be the most effective if he's released?
Right now, who's most effective is Orson.
But I mean,
Right now, the person who's affected is you.
if he was released from the ray, who would be the most effective against Orson? I guess it would either be Erlang Shen or Isco with fire. Oh, let's go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to make one of those, the ray pointing at Erlang Shang explode with my telekinesis. I'm going to damage it.
Okay, that'll take damaging stuff with your TK actually takes 2 of your actions. It's not a big deal. I'm just letting you know. You have to grab it first, and then on your next action, you can actually try to damage it. That's how it worked with the armor earlier. You remember that? Do you have any like mind control powers?
Stand there and look useless while I'm doing this.
You have like mind control powers, right?
Oh, but I don't want to try that just yet. I want to get one of my teammates free first.
All right, up to you.
There is method to my madness.
All right. Fine. Roll a hit.
Oh, wait a minute.
You need a 13.
I got to go back and remember what I'm using.
Presence plus power.
16.
All right. You grab the ray that is aimed at
Erlang Shen.
Okay. Mentally. It's invisible.
Yeah.
It's a mental power, so it's invisible. So
it's invisible.
nobody notices it.
I'm just sitting there looking useless.
All right.
He doesn't know what I do. I mean,
I'm kind of surprised you didn't take over his brain, just have him let you go.
well,
But that's fine.
I am thinking of that, believe it or not. But I'd rather have one of my teammates free, just in case his mind is stronger than what I'm used to.
You have no idea how strong his mind is. You haven't even tried.
That's why I want one of my teammates free first.
All right. Dr. Anna, you're in some kind of electrified net.
Am I like suspended by it, or am I like flattened on the ground, or?
Well, you're standing up. It's just kind of like on you.
Oh, it's just on me.
Yeah.
It's not like attached to the floor or anything.
Well, it's like it's attached to the floor. It's attached to the walls. It's on like long wires that
so
got shot at you. You are immobilized, and you cannot reach your weapons. Your hands are like pinned.
Ah.
It would be close combat brawn, and for you, I think you can add your power to that. You have strike, and it's not really dependent on the sword.
Feed into that if I'm gonna try to break free. All right, I'm gonna try to break free using my speed. So that is power and close combat. All right.
All right.
Let's see. 6 plus 8 is 14.
That's actually not enough. Okay. You struggle against it. And as you push against it, it seems to get stronger and push against you. Captain Harrows.
Yeah. I, too, shall struggle against the Crag.
All right. Struggling against power suppression is ranged combat agility? That doesn't make sense. Hang on. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Target has reduced by damage resistance. I actually broke the rules a little bit on how I use this. Yeah. All right. Range combat agility.
Do I get to add my power?
No. It's actually suppressing your power. It's just like generaling.
Okay, so I only get a 15.
And as it happens, I rolled crap on you. So.
Happens to be my max.
Yeah, you're like, If only I could reach my utility belt. And you reach for something like a pocket degausser or something, and feed back the electrical interference back on itself, and there's like a pop, and all your little minions go. What happened? And it shuts off. The thing that was aimed at you shuts off.
Okay.
Donald, I'm hoping the next words out of your mouth are minions kill.
Yeah.
Well, if they've got the robotic code against that, there could be a problem.
What?
Oh, no,
That's
I
just
think
crazy. Who would do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's all he can do right now. So, Isco, you cannot transform. What you gonna do? Struggle against it?
So can I not go intangible?
No, you can't. You are stuck in your human, meaty form. To resist that is range combat agility.
Okay, blow a pop point. Struggle hard.
Range combat agility with an extra die.
10, not enough, I'm sure.
Were you up?
10.
No. You struggle. You feel warm. You feel like the heat rising in your cheeks. But no. The heat is trained away. As though you were being targeted by some kind of heat sink ray. No. What was I? Orson. It is clear that Captain Harrows has broken free of his thing. So, Orson clearly notices this, and will reach over to a console and pull a few more levers. Beep boop boop beep boop. Crank. Spin. And Captain Harrows needs to roll ranged combat agility.
Combat agility.
And I'm rolling against you. And I add this much.
Damage resistance.
No, this is not.
Is an attack.
This is a modification attack. It's suppressing your powers. I got a total of 14.
13.
Oh, so close. With sad robotic eyes, your minions look at you like, oh, we failed you, Captain Harrows. As they, and then pop, 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 as Orson reinitiates the electromagnetic interference ray. He's like, no, not that easy. I was ready for you. This whole time. I'm surprised it took you so long to get here. Well, let's not have any more of that. You seem to be the most dangerous one, he says to Captain Harrows, since you're the one who got loose. So let's go ahead and deprive you of your little mechanical marvels. Beep, boop, 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 crank, spin.
Okay.
Nothing actually happens
Brandon,
yet.
then plan A won't work, I guess.
What?
I said then plan A won't. I thought I had a little more time, but if he's ready, then I will switch to the mind control.
Oh.
Okay,
Sure, why not?
That's not what I had in
Yeah.
mind. Okay.
I don't have time.
I was figuring you turned the beam on him, suck all his power away.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be scary.
I don't think he has any power.
That was if I had succeeded, that's what I would have done. Is I would have whistled to all of the drain rays to focus on him.
If you had one more action, you could have done that. All right, what does Michael do? Michael's turn. What do you do?
No. If I
Michael's
had
doing mind control.
on my die roll.
One more on your die roll.
I want to see how strong his mind is. And I am going to burn a plot point.
Mind control. Presence, you.
Yeah.
Presence plus power level. Versus him. Presence, unless he has mental resistance, which he doesn't. So, for him, it's mental combat presence. For you, it's mental combat presence plus power level. So let's roll some
I
dice
want
and
him
see what we
real
get.
good, so I'm going to burn the plot point.
So you roll 3 dice. And you
Yep.
have Do you have expertise in this?
Oh yeah.
Then re-roll all of your ones and
And you're
twos.
gonna hate me.
I know his presence is pretty good.
23.
What?
You were gonna hate me.
Wait, how'd you get 23?
Michael just added power level to anything.
And I just blew a plot point.
What'd you roll?
I have 3 dice of 3. Add presence plus power level. That's yeah.
Her power level's disgusting.
All right, hang on.
I'm a Jedi
Nah.
master.
I think Michael has a minimum of what, like 17 or 18 minimum
Something like that.
on that roll.
What do you tell him?
I tell him to shut off all the levers.
He looks over at you and he says, "Ha! Shows what you know. I'm gonna shut everything off." Boo, 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 boo. You think you're so smart.
Sorry about that, Brandon.
John Erlang, what do you do?
I'm angry.
No longer being held or stopped.
No, everything shuts off.
Okay, great. Transform into Erlang Shed, leap forward, and I'm going to aim for like the top, or aim for like the left shoulder, and try to make it so that the sword exits on the right hip.
You're gonna kill Orson?
Oh yeah, faster than quick, before anybody can argue otherwise.
No
Good
idea.
heavens. All right.
You needed to
Oh
question.
man, I had some witty quips I was gonna try out. on.
Exactly. I'm waiting for somebody to say,
Yeah.
I think you're gonna use those witty quips on Orson's corpse, but let's find out.
Oh, but then you'll be corpses.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a okay. I rolled okay. Rolls.
16.
Oh, you slash at him. He's not down. He's not dead. But you slash at him, and it is just a gruesome injury.
Ow.
And he gives you this look. What? What was that for? Like that. He's completely astonished that you would attack him this way. As he.
We need to
Oh, you cut. Ah! Yeah, there's that. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's not down. He's got like 2 endurance left. Well,
we need to have him alive to question. Seriously.
Dr. Anna.
I can't think of anything that any questions that I could ask him that I couldn't answer some other way.
I don't know you won't.
Dr. Anna, what are you gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna spend my plot point because why not?
Why not?
I'm gonna try again.
No, you're free.
Yeah. I am?
He pulled levers.
Oh, no,
All of a sudden, none of you guys have mental powers except for Michael. All of a sudden,
I was listening.
Orson said, "Shows what you know. I'm going to shut everything off," and he shut everything off, and then you're all freed.
And then
Okay.
John Erlang sliced.
Free to cut him in half.
And then
Michael
John Erlang
Anderson.
sliced 2/3 of the way through his body. What?
Seriously.
Okay, just take my net off.
One moment. Leslie, what?
I said, I'm trying to say to Erlang as he's slicing, we need him alive to question.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
And John Erlang said he can find other ways to answer those questions. Dr. Anna, the net unelectrifies and basically just falls off of you. What do you do?
At this point, he's already dying. I'm not gonna finish.
No,
it.
he's not dying. He's injured.
Oh, he's injured. I thought you said he went half through him. Okay. Oh, well.
2/3, but still.
2/3.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. Well, then he needs another flesh wound.
Okay.
Or do you guys really want to take him alive?
Nope.
You
I
know what?
can find out most of what I need to know from his machine.
Oh, well then. Pull out the sword. I'm gonna go get all close and personal on this one.
You leap over to him and you swing your sword and snicker snap.
Yeah, And I rolled really high. So let's see. 11 plus 6, because this is a blast, is 17.
Holy cow. 15, 16. Okay, you leap over and cut through him, and the cut and the blood like arcs
Ouch.
artistically, and then like spat hits the stone wall and like a pretty curve. And he's like, no, why? Captain Harris. He's got 1 endurance left. Captain Harris, you gonna finish him off? What are you gonna do? Your robots wake back up again and they're like, blah, 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 blah. What keeps happening? They communicate to you, but they don't actually talk.
I tell him the bad man's been interfering with your with communications,
They go, oh,
and I look at Orson and I say, so
You're the smart one?
he's holding in his guts with both hands at this point. He's like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm the smart one.
Well, then this
Very
shouldn't be.
difficult, should it?
This shouldn't what?
Well, then the rest of our mission here shouldn't be very difficult if you're the smart one.
He says, I'm sure we can come to some arrangement. There's apparently been a misunderstanding. I can help you.
Oh, she can. I start taking his console apart.
Fine. Isco, do you anything interesting?
Yeah, I try to find out what I can. Well, I advance on him threateningly with the now that I can change with the scimitar held basically at his throat and say, "I'm sure we can some understanding."
He is terrified. It is clearly he is obviously
Really?
cowering before you. He's like, please.
It's obvious you want to tell us all the secrets that you know about this place. So spill it. Come on, let's go.
I didn't injure you. I didn't injure any of you. I just wanted to study you.
Okay,
He's the one that's been wanting the human
apparently, I'm
subjects.
not threatening enough. So basically, I start slicing into his skin.
If you hurt him much more, he's gonna die.
Not quite. I was gonna say not quite yet, just enough to like the edge of the. Spill it. Tell us. We know the secrets.
Yes. What do you want to know? I'll tell you anything.
Where's the hag?
You're not gonna like the answer.
Is she standing behind me?
He's like, no, but
Then yeah.
please don't kill me. I'm speaking the truth. But she doesn't answer to me. We answer to her. I don't know where she is. She comes, she goes.
No, he's useless. Go ahead and kill him.
No, wait. I can tell you other things.
Like
You
what?
better start spilling your guts, or I'm gonna spill your neck.
I can tell you why she wants the thinking machine.
Yes. Good start.
You'll spare me if I tell you.
And you better
Yes?
start calling it. And you better start calling the thinking machine by his name. His name is
Well,
Georgie. Use his
yeah.
name.
It's not so much that we will spare you if you tell us. More, we won't if you don't.
Yeah.
You're positioning from a position. You're bargaining from a position of strength. So I can respect that. All right.
Just answer the question.
There's a way from this world to the other. And the thinking machine is a key, but not the only key. She wants all of them. She wants to bring them here.
Oh,
He's trying to get home.
that is interesting.
Good information, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Tell
If
me
you look
more
in that
about-
cabinet over there, you'll find some gauze. I would really like to stem the bleeding. Please?
You should
Please?
allow that much.
Sorry, what?
I say, I suppose we should allow that much.
Yeah.
Oh, friends! We can be friends!
I
say
don't
too
allow
much.
for that much.
I've got one. What are the weaknesses of the other minions, like Seymour?
Seymour! Oh,
What are the weaknesses of the other minions, like Seymour?
he's stupid. He's not as stupid as
Yeah, I
Sharon,
figured
but
that.
he's stupid. They're all stupid. All of her. Well, all of us.
They're pretty
Find
high
out
paid, so.
what kind of powers does the hag have? What kind of powers does she have?
Oh. You won't like the answer.
I don't care. We need to know the answer whether we like it or not.
She wields power beyond reason. She wields magic and science and thought, and wishes come true. She waves the wand, and what she wants to happen happens. And everyone else does whatever they do to please her. That's what we do. We exist to please her. It was not always this way.
Mhm.
Once upon
Tell
a
me about the
time,
wand.
we were in a different
The
place.
wand.
Hmm?
What's the wand?
The wand? She has many wands, but she always has one.
Interesting. Curious.
You can't face her. You can't beat her. We've tried. Well, in the beginning we tried. You
Yeah,
asked about minions. Stupid bat. The stupid bat. Sharon. Huge, powerful. That's how. What? You said it had a name.
Georgie.
Georgie. That's how Georgie came here. Stupid bat. Sharon picked it up and brought it here. Strong. Can fly.
Did
Easy
she
to
hurt
fool.
anybody in tranquility?
I
You better hope for her sake she didn't.
don't care. No. I mean, I don't care if you about her sake. Oh, your friends in tranquility, the other people. Oh, I would never hurt them. No, never. But Sharon,
tell the
Sharon is
truth.
cruel and vicious, huge with fangs and claws. You should go find Sharon right now. I think she's at the top of the tower.
Well, the last question is who built the dread guards? I'm curious about that.
I don't know. They're part of her power.
Okay.
She collects forces beyond reason.
Necromancer.
Now, you were telling us that we really ought to head up and right away.
I'm sorry, head where?
Head up to deal with Sharon right away.
Oh, Sharon! Brutal, vicious, strong, can fly.
She's probably a harpy.
You should defeat Sharon as soon as possible.
He said,
Yeah, the only problem is how much do I trust you?
Completely! You trust me completely. I would never lie to you. I've
Um,
never hurt you. Have I ever heard-
nudge with my mind control and tell him to tell the absolute truth?
I would kill all of you if I had the chance.
there we go. Okay.
See?
You can say
Wait.
please.
I think I said, does that come out right? What I meant to say was, hopefully Sharon will slaughter at least half of you. Wait,
So are
Is
we
that-
done here?
I feel
We're
like
done
I'm...
here.
Sharon's definitely at the top of the tower, though. This is true. Unless she's out running some errand.
Is she one of the harpies?
No, Sharon's a bat.
Mhm.
Obviously. You would never think otherwise if you saw her. She wasn't always like that. She used to be
Hey, Michael.
kind of chubby in the cheeks
Can
and
you use your
greasy hair.
Can you use your woo powers to ask him to tell us if there's any reason that we should keep him alive?
Yeah, I'll push with the mind control and then say, is there any reason we should keep you alive?
Yes, yes, you must keep me alive. Otherwise, I'll never have a chance to betray you.
Okay. I slice his throat.
What? Where's this coming from?
I killed him. We're done. I killed him.
You just flat out kill Orson? You just kill Orson.
Yes.
I'm not gonna
he
stop.
clearly
Holy
needs-
cow. All right.
But I will say before he dies, now you know what I can do.
What? I don't know what you're... All you've done is stand there. I don't understand.
That's why. That's why.
Well, that's just brutal.
Yep.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, but what he intended was even more brutal. So hey,
Never trust a guy when they're
Okay, good.
His colors came out. He's done.
and I got to get ready to go to bed.
I'm gonna real quick whistle at Georgie so that when he hits the ground, it's followed by don don da don 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 don.
What? All right. Well, that's it for tonight. We're gonna wrap up.
Requiem.
And eventually, we'll just stop here. We'll just stop here. Orson's dead.
Oh
Man, and he I just cannot believe you guys did that. I'm just blown away by that.
Yeah, I can understand why they don't want to be backstabbed.
Personally, I'm surprised that it wasn't me.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. All right then.
See,
Sorry, Brandon. People were going to be lining up to kill him.
yeah, see, the hag needs to learn. I'm the reasonable one.
Yeah.
I'm the one
It's starting to look that way.
I'm to a point.
All right, wrapping up. This has been, oh my god, this has been Pirates of the Mesozoic, starring Craig Smith, Donald Von Griffin, Karen Torres, that was cute, Leslie Denberger, Lloyd Montgomery, be the GM, Brandon Blackmore. Wow. So, I'm just still flabbergasted.
You wanted us to leave him alive so he could betray us. Okay.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't lying about that.
Why I asked Michael to ask that question.
He didn't actually hurt you. He didn't actually hurt any of you. He just captured you. So the most brutal... here's what I've learned from this. The person who captures you is the person you're going to be most brutal against. People who actually try to kill you, but capturing you, that's unforgivable.
Kind of enslavement. Yeah.
Really,
Worse.
whatever her name is. If she
All
put
right.
even one hair on anybody's head in tranquility, she is going to hurt so bad.
All right. You guys, I will not be... Oh, let's just wrap it. I'm closing the recording now.